Lawson 96.3 Emreno also yes so anywhere the Shebio ye bopa for no de brother also who what say na ye bro dwuma de anything a Lawson sports nakopon on show baby will be a good morning. Let's get going and some no bre ya bopa no I don't want some de bro bunyina wa say busha for the now how to pay Perry Presley JT Kententre Hajia Diane Obed a more power a more enyina touch made in it of course mitnamo ede amakin Eben and Kwame ewa ha biggie so ha encha nkomoni nyina enso eba so ye ba bedi nemom another pay ayo annual cover for enso aso ya same tier for seven cancer say Bosta 928 star 101 hash na dem high sense say but one thing na bora ye showroom wo air conditions no ya tete so ye promotions and so e dia monto tutumikai na beji air conditions ne bito Sameng Herbal Clinic there wo pa ya resa but one thing na brakuma say askware mampon na beji wa ya resa e danse won niam ye kwato no Etakula Enterprise e wo manzo afra so afa True Small Dental Clinic say BBF wo sen e ho asem but one thing na bra wo pese wo ye teeth whitening wo pese ye replace edema kaka and ehawa a True Small Dental Clinic as well, Jojo energy drink. Ebema wa den for from what's me edidjuma. The was in Safeka Hospital Dr. Nimo. na say anopa yi bomoden na bra na so ye wo a wo pe awo mesre bema yare et wa menu ba yare bia ha no doctor ni maso ye yenko atonsu Monaco Junction Focus Institute of Journalism there bomoden na bra na yen fan tie mu radio ni television adwuma ana pesa wo ya wa astan bra na yen so ye ni endi dwuma 7 steps building constructions eho ene ye kwato asase eho ana dansie ho niema wo pese esi edema ni nyina no 7 steps building construction and real estate aso ye he pasco he back capsules de eno ene ye detoxify your liver bo liver ho ban bibi fa wo liver wako hospital doctor say e liver e pasco he back capsules ene make am for ediama G-Fast mixture no bomoden na kopa bi no bema sebi okwa akwoti gonu ana wososo a menua ba asi candy na eha wana mesre bama bomoden na kona kwaji bi menua ba woso kwaji bi low sperm count and also ebetimi about a G-Fast mixture and make am for ediama obeye DNA a blueprint DNA me na make am for enso ediama awon vim energy drink nomwen nanya energy foforo na timi for adwuma Calabash Royal Kitchen ene ye kwa akodidi jollof fried rice watching in no a Calabash Royal Kitchen ta bia takum and so a memedro bema wono mo abeche e wompem medima for Herbal Hospital Dr. Time would also say area bia etete no twetwemeka na brand so ye na beji wayaresa Electroland Ghana Limited home appliances yen ene ye ton duduo bia ope say ye mako bra Electroland Ghana Limited oba otono na ye chawade but more na fe brand anyway jujuma ghscratch.com website na so call na obenya sika bebre enso eho Absa Island escape card Absa Bank say bomoden na start say who use so card no fire transactions ko your online platform no so what dey here na say card na active enche ya baudia also ya de wo Mauritius na fe wo so akwakoji we ne feel kama Nexans cable metal de we si fie wie edu wiring ena edura mesra se wiring ko ade a Nexans cable metal na make am for edi amao Donek Herbal capsules memedro bema ntimi mu adwuma bema wo low sperm count wo soso ya bogrobogra se the boss wa se ba kokra be sanso sorry bio ne wakọ second round entimi ema mo gentimi defun sane ewo mu ye usisi ena ehawa Donek Herbal mixture and make come for enso ediamao nana p phones and accessories to say more phones out on for Ghana card for brand as well na brand BGB and so ewo come say we do Eben Kesman Media now swaba na yesi etimi aboa KFC kebab no ejinamu gidi but mo dey na bora KFC kwa wo say KFC kebab no upebi eno ana Ghana for enso etimi ajatum Buffalo Polo de entare papa fie but mo dey na bre mo pe kaftan so pe lapel in fact entare de Buffalo Polo na make am for enso ediama OP wallpapers nyina fie OP picture frames and what best alarms aroma diffusers ni nyina yeton bi ka fam say yakofa Hillberry product no e de fia mo na e de aba mo pe home appliances na mo de na fe bra na yenso yentimi emwa Genjame Dental Clinic ni passe ehwo asam ene ye ho mesra upese usi gold ubesi usi silver bibia fa usi asam yenko Genjame enso asoye Kingdom Herbal Center ye the Kingdom garlic mixture no e de aba eno de ebe boost immune system wa cholesterol adults no dry ene ye pam cholesterol tremendous capsules no eye sebi wa enkan empampan enso ewo ho ana infections awodo age ase wa boso a menu ba wedro enso tremendous capsules dealer fashion yakofa niema ni nyina e dia ba mo pe home appliances wo so pe cosmetics wo pe stationaries niema to dunkwa no fin ene wo ye obi e wa ye free chere twe for praso awan nyina ba to dealer fashion afei Vera Plus Company Limited. Ya the X Drive no ediaba. Ya the Lito capsules okasa pampan edi chire. Dinat capsules ni yakofa ediaba. Prostavite capsules yakofa ni nyina enso ediaba. Bo mo na fei ko na kwajibie. Afei Lawson Herbal Center. The Virgin Doctor no. Odin joining nyina edi abedwa so Lawson Herbal Mixture. Mesha mo diabetes wo ko hospital doctor say diabetes ana about so I am sisi mesha bo mo den ko be bi aton drobia wo se ope Lawson herbal mixture ni bi Pedro be boost immune system Lawson herbal mixture cholesterol typhoid fever and etc Lawson herbal mixture and make come for ediamo yani akofa Lawson law care mixture no enso ediaba Mr. Bema wa go no etc mini aba asiewo enkoye wa watinka enso ewo form eya na asiewo enkoye oba sebi eya na de mpampan eba asiewo a woso dro Lawson law care mixture Lawson delay man capsules no Bema opesa wuche ewo mpem Bema opesa mo ba na ni je ewo mpem weekend di Bema tene wonem jiwani what you say empaso agro no sabeda Lawson delay man capsules and make come for and so ediamo modern na fe kwai na oso kwaji be ye tondro bia okwa obenye bi enso etimi ato kwa me dela
kwagu
openyi bi bia bokode
nyame adum bi bia
ye de nyankopon enso ase bigi mini ya bibia ase ye de
nyame adum bi bia ye kama
ye de nyankopon ase ye de nyankopon ase kwame ya tia sanso etie simu bi so we de about 10 one na esiso eye na any other programs na eda so gidigide when okay again for another question of the day aye be so join your Facebook no swadarama Facebook no Lawson TV Facebook Lawson TV Facebook eba na wa share na unia so nyekwenya no so ahwebi wa wuti o radio no 96.3 TV no say digital say satellite and also so a Lawson TV and a question of the day between these two strikers who do you think will be best fits for Barcelona's project and why na ye bi sasa players mienu wei why na ususu se akonya ne wo ho a Barca enkofa na denti pa na ususu se ebia oba obeboa Barcelona eye Joao Pedro and I say Julian Alvarez omumu dian and ususu se Barcelona style any project or more no oba ebefa pa and ne Ghana for question of the day. I am proudly sponsored by Alaska Star Enterprise. Omadaroma and a sponsor question of the day. Makase a kromha and yama ye tot sisi dem so office wa be fair Alaska Star Enterprise. Omadaroma internet question of the day no. Almost way na a free eba. Kwame. And that question of the day in you.
Oh, say Barcelona wo iskada hona between Joao Pedro and Julian Alvarez so mon fa ba ko na iska wo ho de dia personally me ko dia ma Julian Alvarez ona me ko dia ma
and I'm say dey ntira
one adaptation for now between Joao Pedro and Julian Alvarez they wait me adapt to the Spanish Premier La Liga no ni Spain hono Julian Alvarez. 2 tactical fits Hansi Flick ana ekuchi Barcelona the type of striker or striker obema outside dynamism no very mobile without the ball betimi LED press na as a pressing trigger into check the tactically obe fit system ni very well aside Julian Alvarez into kweku bisamedia between these two players ni there siska wo ho pa dia Julian Alvarez no ana won say obewo soro ebesi uti Barcelona mo no and in terms of quality wise so no osa wo soro numbers bibia so siska ne wo ho dia na mfa ne say Barca nyiska ne say o de kofa ba akodi akwaku mekodi ama Julian Alvarez.
Okay, into Kwame ejina Julian Alvarez so abuache Calvin say Alvarez away Facebook messages. Akwesi man say Julian Alvarez, Emmanuel Conto Julian Alvarez, Ivan Adams Julian Alvarez, Vincent Odro say Julian Alvarez and Roberto Abadiyamano, Joseph Watson say Joao Pedro. Nestalo no ebefa Barcelona papa. Na Kobe Barnes say the problem pa na say Barca betimi afford dia na yo yate. Ana ne konsu culture krom say Pedro and osusu se betimi aboa Barcelona ye pa. Lily Carter Facebook or say I prefer Julian Alvarez. Na ba Dan Kwame I say they don't have money to buy. My name is Sergeant Kwa Francis. Kwekume show live from Takwa na media me prefer Julian Alvarez. Manero say on the obeko for Julian Alvarez. Mr. Nero or Sheshone from Takrade from what to say Elijah Amwa. I say good morning. Me answer Julian Alvarez. Ya from Elijah Amwa. Not say na Daniel Samoa say Julian Alvarez. Big A. Also Ujina for Ghana for so much from my dream.
Koku Medina Julian Alvarez. Yes, I think it's Onona about fitting to the scheme of work of Barcelona, and I'm sure sir Barcelona for one ankasanim. That is why Onona here or more priority. But it be due to one or two things in Tino. Onona need dia near Apeja Opedo near the night Ababa Beshaw. Julian Alvarez in terms of adaptation, Spanish La Liga, and he's played it, he's excelled in the Spanish La Liga, and Wache say obetimi about Spanish La Liga, and so adaptation ain't a problem. And from Mano, aside that, he has excelled at the top level. Jao Pedro born home de but Julian Alvarez excelling in Premier League and then Atletico Madrid, Champions League with Manchester City. Platforms in these stages are national in terms of experience and everything. I think so. Our head baby, any change Jao Pedro and perfectly on no take all these boxes. No affect our Barcelona team.
Most Ghana for Bebrina. Obi say Olivia Ashley say Osusu say Joao Pedro no overrated. It's a samum.
Or overrated.
Sana ono extra na dream.
We can't say so overrated. At least the performance in the Premier League. Say Okoto player, either the current or the previous performances. And now be so now they are player no. They are team be our better than the comment. The previous and the current performance of the player has been good since about Premier League. This season I didn't come 15 goals in the English Premier League alone. Premier League 15 goals.
Wow.
He get 5 assists, 20 goal contribution in the Premier League alone. What again are you going to expect from a striker?
And until Omususu say in a team like Barcelona, ominim how to create chances. Say unim ball no ball kakra bi na obetowa wa hwe ne goals ne be hye bebre kwa into Omususu say Joao Pedro na ye hwe ne tra sa no Barcelona na once Barcelona gets him the ball sir goals ne be bebre.
Of course Koku Osha Barca ball na obono a if you are a striker for Barcelona ade ba kwa wo say oya ade wo ho pa your position. If you are good at that only problem be because balls and they are going to feed you the balls. If you are number 9 for Barcelona, you get the balls. And Intina, we have Barcelona strikers no more na kwaku. Omunya bado. Robert Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, looking at their numbers. Our Mama Barcelona this season. Omunya bado. But why are we complaining to more of them? It is because of the chances that Barcelona creating more. And they almost sign and they almost share. And Intina man focus on more anyway. Ever from though they are scoring goals, but they feel say they almost sign and then dorsal. In the uncommon more clinical, combine goals will be a chance at the Omunya. So if you get somebody like Joao Pedro, or Chelsea, so when your goals will be over, especially when in a club, Omun said and create chances, baby, and from my player now. Look, comparing these two teams, people feel say over Toba Samoa, over to me actually goals, and Obi Obekasa assembly be an by arguing. Honestly speaking, I don't think that he's overhyped. For the past 3 seasons, the first season of Premier League Mukwaku, Osha 9 goals, Emma 3 assists. The second season, Osha 10 goals, Emma 6 assists. This season, Osha 15 goals, Emma 5 assists. Such a striker. Look at the progression in his goal scoring rate for the past 3 seasons. That's all catch him say he's been overhyped. Kwaku mene wonyagene, there be me feel sa brand na ya adwuma, and a dean fans are wonyano. When you say dean in the fans na kwaku.
Yo, Ghana focus so almost church of Madrid will take votes no one. Don't do an call for Julian Alvarez. Now, a question so most of the supporters no Eben say how realistic and Barcelona beats me in Julian Alvarez. And now also said Joao Pedro because Chelsea are also saying 100 million pounds for Joao Pedro. On this note, say 2 players in realistic. Does it make footballing sense to say Barcelona be Jama Lewandowski ako knowing say bia yen say they need sika ye de cover proper replacement?
Kwaku Deco ne sporting directorate no has always been creating magic for Barcelona. Yes, Barca Niska be but I want to bet me a player about whom you be. No about Babishim, no body Barcelona, Bobo, no money and a song fast war. Anyway, in Casa, anyway, in Dinko, Yamfa, Shahayan say. And we shouldn't forget the Barcelona and Niska. It is not just about the Barcelona senior team. Barca has a youth team, they are very vibrant, they are very active. Our many players back whom you know me and Sabi, and they few of know at all. And going into the new season, we don't know what is under Barcelona's sleeves. We don't know the kind of magic Barcelona is going to pull. Compare say season neighbor be chassis. Now 4 years silence. Now Barca bobo calling to me bino. That is when you bet me this and come away. Because I know for sure say Barcelona as a club within them they know their financial situation. Yet they are talking to players. And players don't know moving common so only players and a ball. Say Barca say some for players now. They know the amount of money involved to bring these players on board. It means nim se miniska. Nanso so ma sorry say me kwa di ade we ano no. E kire say e bia na mani da bibi so. Minim say what dey make na say.
Matias.
It e bia na Barcelona pen e ma mo dey agu akwan mu no. Omo nim so mbeti be puli 1 or 2 strengths. Na bibia si e wo club ni mu during the transfer window. Enti me dey me twen ma hwede e besi because me amete hai. Minim say e bia Barca Niska. But Barca so dia dey di players ano. Any players he di nkomo dia. Any e bia na Barca wa de bia mi nim. And it's the more money I bring on this uncommon. And to make kind of ABC, but any of these two players there, we wouldn't come cheap. Jao Pedro didn't come. Chelsea turn around 60 million. So for Chelsea to buy a player around 60 million, because I want to say over turn amount.
So that's 100, you know.
So it's what they are no cry be a what so cry we are saying. Because then the players almost shot 12 goals from the Bundesliga. Empo, you told me 80 million Premier League.
Say a boy.
Yes, 80 million. Saskomo, Ketike mo, and yet Ketike buy no about Pruvia. He was bought for 90 million.
Obi say Richard Dankwase say Sikaye problem wa. Barca beat me akọ for Nicholas Jackson. Ono so e wo profile ni bia say.
I know me who be comment be say Barcelona heno with striker. Liam Delap available. Wana Barca ni bi account and say there be and mo dey check cry.
Kole let me be say no we are not too sure say obetsna say Barcelona be sika no for player Barcelona for Penua. Lewandowski doesn't make sense to say you be jano kwanyama nako.
Yeah, that's the reason up to date Barca into me and confirm say Lewandowski be kwa na say Lewandowski enko no because Barca so has bit menya possible replacement, a long-term replacement for Lewandowski. So in case as a meant me any they are definitely try to convince Lewandowski say on now. So for now Lewandowski say obetina na so be kono be depend on say Barca benya available replacement. So make sense say Barca ni menu yombe promo so be Lewandowski ako. Say the tie bia no be hodi on kakra. E delay Lewandowski situation it is what conversation between Barcelona, Lewandowski, then Piniz are having now. Omo de kwashe ne nom de akwashe china, omo de kwashe ne nom de akwashe china. Enti as a Lewandowski na nkasa no so ne future no. On say dey hu n'animu yi because of Barcelona situation no. So based on the question now busane dey, I think say ehun hia so be pro hu say until some benya replacement say after the ne striker we akasa ya confirm say benya sa striker no. Ye ne club akasa ya ready see betu ya ne dey until sesa de ni besi ni de kwaku ehun hia se ba sa be pre no ama Lewandowski akọ omo hodi on
so onye ebia the weight game will be
yes I know mo ye the weight game
okay
na was say konkon ha until say ubenya replacement na san we jai Lewandowski because when ye bi na Lewandowski so kwa
kwa ma
adwen kakra said ye tie bia Lewandowski no until say enkane Lewandowski but when you obi akra they are definitely also keep Lewandowski
instead of falling for ebia akunkwara ni bia eba no
yes
okay come back na question back wa me pese me bisa say adena e mema omutewie mu sa se bema ni bem ebi oni oba wo ho na wasanso akofa foforo ne ache no ete pipa ade
And they mean
Uni Adrimbia.
Right. The boss bar could be a catcher, me say, there may be a dear and your bar.
This is when you would dear and one and our father's circle. Now, who say go dear and for French, let's say.
So to a wounded mongo.
And not say.
So, Mrs. O to send your monk one, a woman to meet could if
in such saying, example now, oh, you know, what did you say?
Oh, there was some now with Simon, I mean, you are not.
In see a see us some new saying. Now, as some big ye city trassi on Besobe. Oh, me be some because you're quite chivini. Eh, into no, I don't know who Johnny. They ain't I am, Mamma, yes, sir.
Papa be or say, ultimately, I've been quite 1 year. I will watch for the cracker back from.
When you examples, somebody will be near no way.
I said, Papa be a kind. Achieving
now, they were panic. Aye.
So, Kruma will be near you, and the girls will 5.
Nti o justify on
the cheese can is or find a gay and a year chance and can you then once what you range over back could be an Bugatti be really more level in there or the Bugatti be Ryan be near Pata or Lamborghini back could be now we were actually be.
I see. Into all level non car yet you are bedding.
May a chimney be jam
Inti the example now we and quite dear no what type of panichi.
Papa no. Oh, no, I can ask him.
But what supporting?
Supporting and supporting.
Hey, Biggie, Muyabio.
Really, money,
Yachoda.
Debbie, Minyabi Crada.
What do you mean, Chasso? Why? Oh, question beside Kwame or Juana.
Oh, Debbie. Wow,
hey, football I see. Ay, what do you want some about? Young Cromon and any farmer and then someone so far you now over joining your television or so over joining your Facebook or Lawson TV or Facebook, whatever my one say. Now, Unia Sonia Quenya no should be annual games. So Premiership, Aston Villa 4, Liverpool 2. Hey, somewhere see Aston Villa, Morgan Rogers, Bogo, Lee Watkins, SM, you know, John McGinn, and so Bogo, Val van Dijk, and a Seko, Dima Liverpool, into Liverpool, Elusu by 4 goals to 2. And now Bundesliga games so by Leverkusen, any Hamburg, Bebo, by Munchen, any Cologne, Bebo, Frankfurt, any Stuttgart, Werder Bremen, Dortmund. Any Wolfsburg, Alfei, Freiburg, and so any RB Leipzig, the ball, and now England. The FA Cup final and a so no me no Chelsea and Manchester City and a ball Kwesiada and a games in the so Premiership 11:30 and a Manchester United and the Nottingham Forest the ball Brentford and Crystal Palace, Everton and Sunderland, Leeds United and Brighton, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Fulham, and Newcastle about 4:30. Na also and West Ham United and their ball Arsenal ebebo Juada Arsenal and Burnley ebebo numre nti eno ay games and also ebeko so na say Liverpool and omo basam say defeat number 20 for an slot abba an slot season way Liverpool lose makumaku 20 ebo Premiership no ma omo lose makumaku 12 last 2 seasons to grab bomwa defeat Liverpool nyai afi die edoso krachen the Liverpool enso enya say Liverpool are conceding 52 goals in the league and teams be enumu pa and Liverpool are conceding lesser than them. Leeds United, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Burnley say there ajiegu our Liverpool as well. Now Liverpool against the top 9 teams Liverpool against the top 9 teams, you know. The TNA is away. Now Liverpool top 9 teams our Premiership. The Liverpool are called Buffie and no more bar. 9 in no omo lusu ni na aya Arsenal the other pack and the Liverpool ekwanya draw and so said ye and yamani na cheku ade ama Liverpool am for complaining and slot say oye den na and slot is also the weekend interviews the next season or twice na and a slot na sancho for Eben say the as a result say the akeka kwai die one here ye be pamu Liverpool results na the enye na ye be real season now when Aston Villa boy manager one play Aston Villa as of 4-2 coach adan interview no and so I ready here the one somebody but and slot said that we a damaging results or you tum sa ankoi
damaging because we needed either a win or maybe 2 draws would have been enough as well. But now we know one thing for sure, that we need a win next week. If we have to do it ourselves, as we all know, other teams of course need to pick up points as well for us to need a win. But so that's really damaging that we were not able to get a result, let alone a win here today. And there were parts in the game where I felt
say your jitum say senior games na esi ekono adia bako a Liverpool ne say omo concede goals do on siase sanka goals ne say na Liverpool sanka nyama ye nan so kwan am for so concede goals ne de oso ono ankasa na agi nsem na mom o sebo e de akasa next season de enyama ebekoye enso e de ama Liverpool bobo koni ye pa eno ansem ana slot enso e kan ye ko bi sana Champions League, you know, Sana and our weekend D, sa bomb of Anso Esa. Mahania now Mulusu against Brentford and Yamabe go Liverpool and Simin Koba Champions League. Now Champions League hopes and still on one Vimo Ho. Liverpool bet me I qualify to the Champions League next season and I'm a slot.
Because we needed either a win or maybe 2 draws would have been enough as well. But now we know one thing for sure, that we need a win next week. If we have to do it ourselves, as we all know, other teams of course need to pick up points as well for us to need a win. But so that's
against Brentford now say almost so it's me secure more and so UEFA Champions League anymore. Now about say from the Oli Watkins say no Omo panning you know the thing come on answer dressing room and Liverpool for defense, you know. Your match said they be on the high line or Liverpool defense, you know. Omo high line or when you send ya or met me ama team be any outside into me taking advantage or say ampampa or decided so by your runs say or him so your runs the biano a Liverpool defense, you know, and yet Ole Watkins and to Liverpool force no or say Liverpool defense dabby or no crown away. Why not doing so be taking Liverpool defenders on say English Premier players about power Premiership no Ole Watkins and as goals can power Premiership no this season. So far Ole Watkins has 14 goals, Danny Welbeck so as 13, Morgan Rogers as 13, Calvin Lewin and so as 13 and Morgan Rogers say wa had 10 Premier League goals. Ole Watkins no and to Liverpool force no now say the Unai Emery Asanso at the Aston Villa Asanso for UEFA Champions League and win against Liverpool, you know. Unai Emery and win number 600 as a football manager. 600 as a football manager. Now Aston Villa we winning 107 games and yeah na the coach ne akwaje Mike and on Aston Villa supporters ne ekasa auto one say afi omaye ade pa Champions League na Aston Villa enso edru ho.
We are in Istanbul! We are in Istanbul! And we are going to play for you for a trophy! Of the Villa! Of the Villa! Let's go to Istanbul! And that is why
coach Anso Aka and on some Anso and on Yan Twas Red and Fay, Yan Fadi also so and from bro, Monaco format for them, Lamin Camara, Bobo, Fifi, Punya, Atoto to pass. I brand say, Diamantanasa. Newcastle 4 Aquanoho and Comodiano Aquasor Mata say Monaco 4 catch Newcastle 4 say a 50 now say yes. Essence Liverpool and so Aqua Bronson one almost so Aqua Kobisa and say Monaco say a 50 million euros who could scar now what they about and Chelsea 4 and so and Jabi Alonso come on and you and so Ecoso now Mesa say yes a Chelsea sporting directors on how many coaches in Kasa and your agents on Chelsea and Jabi Alonso directly and so Akasa yes I want Andoni Ariola directly and so Akasai Marco Silva almost so and Akasa yes Jabi Alonso on only Chelsea 4 sporting directors na boy no yes sporting directors for us wow just as ambulance in Chelsea group wow so we feel Jabi Alonso what church money so tactically near my Chelsea and this woman acquire and you bet me at Chelsea in the next 5 years. Yes, Chelsea sporting directors of one or more. You're extremely impressed. Our Jabi Alonso went and then you may and Comora Sanso Aquasubio and said here Jabi Alonso any Chelsea in common idea. A pie a quite dawa clear. You can't say anyone we are here. FA Cup final and Chelsea for bet me I hit about 95% now fee a quite swat where I catch us a Chelsea for say on my announcement now some World Cup and so it's me as I say make coaches movements and all and then you may Jose Mourinho and also so the lawyers and then the agents and so air fly and so Aqua Madrid now for almost Real Madrid for so Aqua Command so it's and command there you did kind of catch us a Jose and I be coaching Real Madrid name I can't documentation in Tiana and penny for so air fly Aqua Madrid now for almost so Aqua Dinko Kakra and so and no and someone and also a PFU Oba Hans Flake Ebesha Robert Lewandowski and no office. Na Hansi ya say Hansi person o Lewandowski say one kasa no wo ya den say be ya hu what's na Barcelona offer no o gia to mu na say wo ya den up to now as Lewandowski no omo ohu so no so oko say Hilal for 90 million euros a year no so oko Gio Lewandowski taking decision Hansi is so person or taking the decision anymore mu ya na meet no betimi akoso e ba ya want some answer at the bro Christiansen contract for no yesi deko die senka okono nko dia enka oma Christiansen Andros Christiansen Barcelona boboko no yesi aya one portal and I catch him when you phone us my boy in now essence a pra seboni a fits and quad with me abo into senka deko nko dia enka Andre Christiansen den company phone and so eja na kwan e mo no so etimi ekoye and no and someone and also a PFU oba and so no now say diamante e Brazil no say yes Santos of one I say yes obi Brazil Football Association I catch from say name a World Cup no bekobi na asemi yes Santos of one just a weekend and ne or meetings or meetings yes Santos for person mo prepare bibi na fei say announcement ni nyaba pe na just say if bia ye da edda na kwem no mo release and so e dia band here so mo graphics so mo media team e start say behind the scenes for Neymar na ni nyina no say yes mpanyimfo bi aka trom say Neymar no be ko World Cup no bi yo so be ko bi say onko bi there ya chan Carlo Ancelotti na Rivalinho what kind Rivalinho say Rivalinho when he 80 years na papa yi where di Rivalinho 1970 Brazil akwaje World Cup na papa yi enso e kan bi Rivalinho say Neymar about 3 World Cups already. Say 3 World Cups na Neymar abono. Ni na no form. And see, say obi of form 3 World Cups and the papa ben pa na Neymar oye de ma Brazil still now move dry assume and the name Nkobio say only the obetimi aka no say Carlo Ancelotti episode the Neymar kwa only problem their name on make sure say Neymar no onkoye starter and so ho and no ansama Rivalinho and so aka e Neymar and some no na Brazil and some Vinicius Junior some kese na aba na no ne be catch say Vinicius Junior and the girlfriend Virginia say omojai na yɛde story ne bro ne catches na twetwe nkɔfoɔ aso kakra san sɛ Virginia yi time and Real Madrid and Real Oviedo ebo no stadium hɔ na ɛyɛ dan na stadium all of a sudden na all delete on the Vinicius Junior pictures adeɛ kyeɛ also we jai Vinicius Junior internet sɛ nsɛm bebree wom na deɛ yɛate journalist de bi ɛwɔ Brazil Leo Diaz woku nema woku Vinicius Junior papa yi biggie we dey careful just papa ne say Vinicius Junior ekra mama miensa Yesu Vini kra mama miensa free Brazil so mumra Madrid wo na obrana Virginia so tini baby o na sana papa ni church no say omo kra no the gas no holidays bi na o say there's a player bi wo aware wo ono so ka wanya Vini nko a ena na omo ya saa ne ma no ena chese asam ne nya ba ya na monfo se ene eda militao a esan se militao time bi on Vinicius Junior ne nam nti ebia na eda militao enso so ka wo bi eno na eda militao this statement eba bonten se osre opacho pa waware ne yire tifie eniema na mo ye mo bagu na ware opamo chaw ose nansen ne nkofo si kan samefa no hu ne nti no se kura no se ne yire pie na sanu kwankra na wo fie so osuro kra so be pie san say okọ pie yi enkofo de nsam beto no so nto so ne de wayi no wafrim enye ono a onka ho bi nti se Vinicius Junior nya na asam a eye Vinicius Junior enso ene oba foforo no enso enwa asam no na yese oba ba ko a say wagye Vinicius Junior edi afi South Virginia nsem ya fa na Jessica De Paula gay na that television is biggie and kwa me mu na saying na unim say messages of Vinicius Junior and the coma girl yi nyina na nsentire ni ko yi to television so hey master Vinity ate eti wow hwe the message na kwabrane be ma watam gunia message na o de kira bonten say the Vinicius Junior wo ko wie mama ya che no eno ensam omo so allegations omo so eyetia Vinicius Junior enso eno no yanto so na yemfa de also so enfam bro Chelsea Manchester City na de besi say Chelsea about 6 finals at Wembley. Nina Chelsea elusu we record we there no kwase me wo me say enye 6 finals Chelsea abo e Wembley nina Chelsea elusu Chelsea and Manchester City omo lucy FA Cup 2020 omani Arsenal 2-1 omo lucy 2021 FA Cup omani Leicester City Chelsea elusu by a goal to 0 2022 League Cup and also Chelsea and Liverpool omo lusu on penalties Chelsea 2022 FA Cup omne Liverpool the same thing they see here 2024 League Cup also any Liverpool into the last 6 Liverpool as a Chelsea miensa Manchester City bako Aston Villa bako Leicester City bako what is happening to Chelsea the last 6 at Wembley na ene biba sesa na eno no question obia ebisa record bonia Chelsea at Wembley no ene Chelsea pass record no na Chelsea yenko training grounds na yenko hwe na unima de won esi ye training na Chelsea training and a coaching staff McFarlane and man for na high TV screen kesiye movable ones ni bi de car na move ni bia and odi aba see Chelsea training grounds wo na on television so a Chelsea training grounds and omode FA Cup ne si ho and omode abo kama into we a player na wo training a wa hwe cup no so obedi rough na wentimi ambo na send ya wa wasamwa enti anode akọ so so our Chelsea training grounds and so no na any can ye pa Chelsea for no film BBC and then here over to me as Manchester City from Manchester City for and so at a year pa and no and someone for Chelsea as well but Manchester City for there and when we are burning Chelsea for and so a training Manchester City for and so FR training and so ebe drew London come after Sanopa we training we are no body here na train station one ye na players in the number Musa and no so supporters good players no so sa no pictures and Manchester City players and nam form so bank crank say the amount true nyame atuma ye hwe animo game no de besi bia no yet one some answer at the pepro now Pep Guardiola and Sancho for a be said Erling Haaland or Wembley on to me go and also questions be saying no penu or catch the Haaland the same for see on to me goes Ewo Wembley or so kwaka onimisa Haaland ebese goal pay eno ensama to asama no fantastic enti Manchester City enso edru na Maguire enso a player etema Manchester City Maguire say onu no da so ba Manchester City or say oba ye no hu sampa we taking the right decision enso ehonene de ebese nie UK buy any police force and the protest mienu and the UK and the game no so kan wa amiensa enti say omo church omo miensa sanse and the event ba miensa and the ekoso ewo London what I say enti enye ife police force say wa ba no behave well sanse na omo brepa enti we do rough master rough so be do pa enti eno ensam ne bia and also a PFU hopper. Now, Trevor Chalobah say, South final game way, it means a lot to Chelsea team, no papa. Or sister say, final way there. Their Juno equine beer, so was some to crazy form. Not Chelsea, and so at some left a trophy. Now, somebody say, game way there. Omnim somebody Manchester City, but and say, and Newman Koye and form final trophy. So when you say we are going to see a different Chelsea, and no and somewhere I brought for the Chalobah, and so Eka. Now, Andrew Santos say, or no, or Brazil, Ninano, a dear friend FA Cup, Brazil, Mufeniagro. Into the same energy and or the FA Cup against Manchester City. A trophy, a old FA Cup, the Juha, be beat me so be a new beer.
Cup is so famous in Brazil because it's the old competition, and now I have the opportunity to play, so it's special for me, for my career and for my family as well. Playing in Maracanã when I was in Brazil, and now I have the opportunity to play like a final in Wembley. It's so important for me. The stadium is amazing.
Best game in the FA Cup that you've played in so far?
Na Ronaldo Elmas and Gambo Saka and Apple Oko Asia almost so competition 2 no almost Champions League 2 no final and also Ekoso. Now I'm telling say oh Jesus. Omo coach Elnasa coach nyame atuma season le ba na we ya ya se papa no ate na djuma enso ebeto ni nyina se adwuma mienu apai ate amano Portugal national team adwuma ate ho ate ma no afei Fenerbahce enso adwuma enso ate ho na metete se ho yesu so ojai club no dia ya se Elnasa fo epe Marco Silva Fulham fo coach na afei ono so beto so nya adwuma enso enfama Elnasa ene Ronaldo no ensama mete from their camp na mame Makasa na Yakobo Koma kakra Makasado Barcelona for midfielder na Makasado say hwe wo Barcelona dressing room wo po bia oye godfather obia wo problem okon ho o say e hafinya also Finya or commander respect papa our Barcelona dressing room so we respect no na mom or say Barcelona squad na die obi penasam obi penasam e feeling ne dia e Pedri and no ansem on also e can you go be sense okay na ukọ Barcelona dressing room why na no sere pa o kan sem bia no bia da from esre or say na die e Eric Garcia won sere papa and it's okay why na dwuma bie pa intelligence why pa no wa dwuma na dwuma bie o say no de Pau Kubasi and it's okay when emotional we hear ni bibia na emotions nko or you too emotional Barcelona camp o say no de obetimi aka chen say Gavi o say Gavi or emotional papa and it's okay when an nsem gu we hear bibia obiye sika on ho a okon ho a obeyi sika na de ahye wunsem o say Lewandowski also Lewandowski de Barcelona camp omunyina afa ne so papa se wo yes ka bi kra na okọ no ho a Lewandowski be yes ka ne de amaw also no de oye and it's okay wo ka sa asam ne de na one and 3 more den e basika yi ho a and o say ane de obetimi aka ne se omo feel amase abai ni nyina no mu nyina tiri mo say se ekoba se wo so mo contributions a omo no mu niska e so mo ntua o so mo tia se mpanyifo no o mu yiska omo na ngotua bi o so mo do mo ntua bi kra ano ansema Makasado eka ene ye bi sense team no mo why na pe late ye pa o tire late o say Juskunde Masa asemo awake usia Juskunde dwane wate o se Juskunde de bia wa late and no ansemo and also epie efi oba no Romeo Lavia say okay say emrebi time on Manchester City adwuma Pep Guardiola etunufo o se Pep Guardiola catch and say hwe say we defensive midfielder make sure say born a bono boboa enkofo enka ho asem bebre o se boboa media for no omo mehwe born so e wo TV so obeba stadium aba behwe no emom nka ho asem bebre sense we defensive midfielder e was so make people around you better. Sa woman na we better time bia no bia bo din dia na chese enye o se sai football no still na edanitirim enti se ball no oba e was so making sure say people around him nipa na gina ne nchen no omo na bebo ball ni na ebo madwuma no on na be ne kese pa eno ensem Romeo Lavia enso eka ana yes okay wo ball no asenhye na mpie ye e wo Chelsea eno so no o gidie our Chelsea project ni mu ye pa na eda obeda sorry won say Chelsea project here M1 no o say sa da no pe obeka Chelsea mpanyifo no say obeso free club no enso eko copy menu Manchester United midfielder say wonim say now no obeka Chelsea wa hit game number 100 say Manchester United abaka sem no ono na atoso 229th player ono so hit 100 games no na copy menu akasa bebre Kobe menu say Casimiro kwa obefe no papa esen Casimiro osuane me bebre e de afi ni wo on and off the pitch osuane me bebre e de afi Casimiro wo so onsuan wieye esen so no ball no kran say obo na okofie na ofo television na ohwe no ball no a wo say wo so improve bebre enso e wo ne ball ni mu owie e na oda Eric Ten Hag enso asese Ten Hag e na man opportunity big year tie o se Ten Hag na man opportunity Ten Hag na be obia no nyame hia Ten Hag ye pa na ye bisa ne se emre bi na woni Ruben Amorim ansa na papa ne mfiliu inti eka kete kranka u free club ni mu akọ sansam no na etisen na e no kre
place where you're to moving on.
I mean, when you're not playing many games or any games, you consider all things, but at the forefront of my mind was always to play for Manchester United and continue to play for this club that I've grown up at.
Yeah, that last bit absolutely crucial, to be a young player.
Kobe menu enso ejatum enso enono diametana said Darwin Nunez yasini agents our funnel at the name of Premier League clubs and Spanish La Liga clubs and Darwin Nunez oko Hilal Bon or Mama Nambobi or Tifie Nyame Atuma next week yes be available and say one funnel to several clubs and so now Luka Vuskovic defender some defender I'm going to call loan ewa Hamburger Barcelona for Eben and the agents pennies I have with Yametana say Tottenham at the offer at the common pennies I have say on pesa kwala na extended contract 5 years now almost say her Bayern Munich Barcelona na mo convince akwala na mo turn net and turn china and it talks them the offer akwa to akwala no ni agent name Luka Vuskovic say on pesa some extended contract no and so at the man make a thoughts na some no goalkeeper Vicario was started training and so and no and someone so made say na Richarlison there nyame antuma season ba na we ya be fit thoughts na makọ diameter na Flamingo for Tottenham for say 25 million euros. 25 million euros for Richarlison. And Sikano wa but yes Sikano anyone mu yam per rough bia for Sikano so to one afei was watch a branch na was walk na Barcelona for say afi Sikabeba na almost a season way here almost expect revenue say almost jersey store yes shop wo Ntadia Barcelona jerseys, every Barcelona cap, Barcelona BB more quarter. Almost last year we had 200. Nafi over more than that. Almost more estimated 30% increment. 30% increments and so our Barcelona shops and they say I feel jerseys are Barcelona town almost a more way pa. Na El Clasico no crown a Jew musem almost a sad day and done about El Clasico no moon town jerseys don't want that. It's a fee. Barcelona Jesse Samo and so Sika more expected from Jesse sales no benefit some more expected 30% increment. After so and now no tickets on one turn for El Clasico no yes Barcelona benefit so win 16.4 million euros from gate fees and wow 16.4 million euros in benefit sa Sika no e BNC Barcelona bako se mu da say about El Clasico o menya Sika toto sa and no and somewhere and also APF Barcelona so ye eba Julian Alvarez Atletico Madrid for as some player of the month for Atletico Madrid Echo Edema Julian Alvarez and someone who PFU about El Sarari Roma for winger on said what's Roma Chapapa 10 years in ye diamantana se season ba na wie ya Al Sarari enso efi club ni mo enso etimi akọ eno ensamo no so epie fi oba FIFA for say referees omu yo for World Cup no referee fe na Rob Dyke Panic yes say omo yina film ni nyina no say yes allegations to be about the Chrome Netherlands say o akofa fi akwara bi enti papa yi omo yina din enso e de free list no so Spanish national team Wenger under Berentia Abranza na akoye surgery enti de metin say World Cup no onka ho Spurs of your dad for player no so World Cup no say the din efrimesan say Sergio Okoye no ontimi enso entwa so enso emobo enso informa the Spanish national team abra World Cup no enso eba so make World Cup nsam no na story about bontin say ebia na yennuanu mo China enye World Cup ni bia hwe no Martin say FIFA any China etimi ay agreement na say omuting stations ne etua 60 million wow and $60 million and a diama UEFA na in fact FIFA for and so up about 300 million now so negotiations na ewie 60 million and almost etua and so at the amamo and no and someone yet say na anano Belgium for and name World Cup squad Diego Morera yes, I brand and it's few no so can send a brofo no World Cup squad in the Eboba. Send a yan we are attentive that no said Diego Morera it's few in the Eboba World Cup squad no. Yeah, born the team master boy and need you the Roman and Yansa because they were feeling brutal and no and somewhere and also a PFU about now Diamante and round him said Galatasaray for a host here. Party Kakresan said Omoji the Turkish leg you know. Na awaso mo ye bibi kakra na de din kan awo somewhere see na se eka kete enka accident bia na AC hey master Yankopon na age boys na wati Yankopon age boys ne papa na oya driver na obinim the driver na obi driver na drive place no open top place ni gina bus no slow and all speed sa driver nyambo trempo boys no so nim hwio na hey, mafa bypass bi park where the omu trip or a boat here say we from ko. Now plus ne wo hwe we the sharp reflexes pa nya some enka some kese enso esi ne bom enwumra ne de bibia akọ so kama master enra Galatasaray fadi omoye ne de obia bo gala for na paso esansa na akọ na eniema omoye ye no wow stadium one abọ master ne tie bo dia na waba ne abọ Victor Osimhen na Osimhen enso so apa and na ada Galatasaray fire na the master Europe no nkofo na de niam na eco different level trophy celebration pa master Galatasaray for na ya dear papa and no na etwagu enso e television no so no na you see David Beckham say what per athletes say why hit say 1 billion see master David Beckham wiska 1 billion and as I say David Beckham once I hit one papa investment at David Beckham here and so anya we one cross the Canada ujafo we grow year pass I say 1.185 billion pounds and David Beckham say why hit you ay anu she and no somewhere and also a PFU about now Tottenham and now maybe catch us and no more pay so Grassi Dortmund for striker now the one near Manchester Borussia Dortmund for the say boy no or release close to 50 million euros since it Tottenham for the EPA where the assembly and work just how the 50 neba and so also out on play no at the amount yanko Barcelona first way na yanko Barcelona training grounds yanko bon komo kakra essence Barcelona for prepare for the Real Betis game na eno Barcelona for any net training na kwaso na ultimu se dodo na omo cha wo ball ke criminal shooting drills enso kwaso ni nyina ne awe ni bria Barcelona leg no match de na ebo na no results no coach na ni anje ho or good results essence Betis de no Barcelona for 18 games e wo fie ni nyina season yo ma hye it is almost set record was so mutimi hye against Real Betis draw there obie no all pet draw nti say no ensem a and also APF Barcelona so ye eba Gabriel Abolahor former Aston Villa 4 player Abolahor say Arsenal anywhere ni we are munkofa Matheus Fernandes West Ham United player no say boy no ni boni bobe break Martin Zubimendi muti sika ko fa na fa so bie ni wa ba no so say Martin Zubimendi wo ba Arsenal papa ben wa ba kwada ketekete Martin Skelly crab out to a few position it is a Arsenal person we serious pa no a omo for Martin Fernandes semresan say our premiership experience oba po Arsenal po boko ni pa eno en sama bola ho enso eka Bayern Munich for aka Alphonso Davies ane ne Canada national team for the secretary omunye small club sa wo pra na Canada for the say ai bra no mun treat you o say maybe 2025 boy nya ACL Canada for is the sa on say wo ma wu pra no so ye nti say boy ne be call World Cup and so mun call World Cup ne dey say oye omo buy munchi for omo doctors na betimi a kire omo pene da ma boy no enko Canada nkwa ye surgery bia no kwan na ankoye ya enti eno ensema buy munchi for enso akacha brantia ye friend Alphonso Davies maker injuries and some no Martins delayed or also ball ache Manchester United for different day okay the last time about ball na Manchester United against Crystal Palace 30th November hey master we prache na we ase na chi no hoto na kakra na eba na eko na enro de ono akasa se afei de wabre ono aka senka onye surgery that we who say we deal rough na surgery de wankoya bibia be wo de bibi kase be to nesan say onye surgery 5 months ni still no ano honto no enti afei de wa jeatum wa ye surgery doctors for na be bia successful enti the next 6 months abrante for Martins delete air court na fie omobo surgery no wenya aye na make surgery some no will next vow de so onye o yeah you exteva odi also onye dabi also no Brazil for no mugidie ogusu a oye Chelsea for no say Brazil for no and e we treat you amuni problem ya nebom bra na yen supervise ade na wo ye no enti exteva odi no kachi Chelsea for no say bra ntem na almost enhwe we say wonye say adwunu mpo and traditionally we hwe ho a e was Chelsea for no omani hu say ade na wo ye no e ye papa na say enye papa eno en someone and also PFE na so ye enso eba na ye catch us am no noya Enisfian Olic ebe extended contracts no e de ama buy munch na catch us aka announcement na keke and no officially buy munch for enso e release announcement na de aba say ama no noya goalkeeper Enisfian Olic omumienu nyina extended contracts no 1 year into Emmanuel Noya 2027 na afei bibia enso aba na we ye enso e ho na unim say Tottenham Hotspur for set pieces coach na papa yi ankofo ntam woni di and now no na me statistics ebe catch us at Tottenham for set pieces coach no Tottenham as 17 goals from corner kicks omni Arsenal ye pe enso so de bia Arsenal ankofo ka o masa me kan sa sabne chiraw na uni so papa yi ye fe Andreas Johnson papa yi Manchester United afa phone afre no hey Manchester say na yet was way na yen sambon komo fofre area Manchester United ni brabo na koke and events be e koso e Madrid na Madrid City Council for no events na koke no mo bona baso koke say almost say or kromo not say no professional or bobo ne kama ne attitude kama koke no master mo bona baso pa koke so ada almost so say almost said no monyampa and no ensama and also a PFE oba and so and on Ivory Coast World Cup list no enya ba bon saying na ebabon sin is catch us Inter Milan for striker Jan-Ange Bode the din ebeka the din ka na Pepe Nicolas Pepe na time squad na eba so lokuta na phone and all bomba is mon frame Pepe no
Nicolas Pepe
someone also PFE oba mame Pep Controller na yamon komo kakra na somebody bebre and Pep Controller and so a church and Pep Controller say wa ba Wembley sa wa bre no cross e na one say inti premiership any England panyifo said we say aba Wembley dodo no inti stance ne mo ba ko mo fa stance ne ba ko kra nto no e bia the Pep stand Pep Controller
disappoint English football to not making a stand to Pep. You know that. So many times I've been there, at least a lounge or a box or something like that. So.
And so the central for no Bako Epejan and Sao Bisa Pep Guardiola question. And also send you West Yaji trophies bear and 19 say was also J Bakui FA Cup come away to bear 20. Now we say goodbye. Where your last time over ball Wembley and Pep Guardiola say last time says hey the contract only when they sign here and I can be 1 year and I'm
in 10 years here, you've won 16 major trophies if you don't include Community Shield. So
18, yeah.
Okay.
Including.
Okay.
19.
I'm not going to argue with you. Is that the definition of greatness? The fact that you've won so many?
Yeah. Of course. 90 titles in 10 years is not bad.
The reason I ask is, do you almost feel like, even though you are appreciated, it's once you leave, people will say, okay, cause it's almost taken for granted that you could somehow produce this, whereas there's a lot of hard work behind it.
They know that. They don't need to wait when I'm leaving. They know have been fun. Have been fucking fun. So 90 titles, 5 for the 20 in 10 years is not bad, honestly.
And so will it make it sad for you that tomorrow is your last visit to Wembley in charge of Manchester City?
No way. No way. I have 1 more year contract. Okay.
And so Saudi Arabia on also a can contract and so her dainty and overjai bobo kodumo and so it's Miako Michael Carrick. Father me no on also next season. What was so at the Manchester United? Na feeling no about saying in any caseOkrano. They say Yatis and Penifona ama final approval say young for contract no and so infamous.
It's a unique football club, special football club, you know, and yeah, immensely proud to have come back and to be part of it, to help as a supporter, as an ex-player and an ex-employee is one thing, but as a pure supporter and caring about the club so much, to be in a position to come back and help and for as a group to move forward, it was important, I think, to make the big step. To get back into the Champions League is good.
Yeah. Na Arsenal for announcers say almost say Bali for no fan Samuelson said I said 2026 years see we when him say Bali against the top 6 clubs no. Manchester City penalty me asha Bali for among for boom for mo 2026 omo record against top 6 for no. Omo Manchester United board draw, omo Liverpool board draw, omo Tottenham board draw, omo Chelsea board draw. Hey, Man City pen and show Arsenal for the and conforno and on the Bali one say asamo kwa to mo enti omo for Bali for ni serious say papa na ye for we infant chatwe Ibrahim Konate Liverpool for defender or say ni deal no akasa tutum say nyema nkoye nemo kwan bia so was set team for Liverpool for a qualified for Champions League next season. Yes, idea. For so ben pa no menya season we so.
Get over the line.
No, for sure, it's very important for us today to get qualified for the Champions League, and today is a game where we need to win. Like this next week, we can enjoy the last game with the fans and with the departure of Mo and Robo. You know, then that's why today is very important.
And somewhere and also a PFU about and so and no say UEFA Champions League and Aston Villa for Ababe Count say one Ababe the 21st team say a teams Makumaku 21 and automatic so far and so a qualified 21 aka 15 pair na of course Manchester United to it's your lie 21 teams so far aka Amen Ghana for show it Wadaroma.
Welcome na my men shall say free Edna Premier League game so our Villa Park. Aston Villa Liverpool 4-2. Ameno ka say officially Unai Emery and Aston Villa Bobuko no are qualified their UEFA Champions League for next season. Metimi akacho say if it is say Unai Emery befa Aston Villa Bobuko no papa na yedwuma kese pa this season in Pokrano enye hwekrano Unai Emery ediomako European Cup final a ombetima gie wasa qualify mo de akwa UEFA Champions League Papa ni deserve a lot of credit, and the modern body this season, no, it got to a time now Aston Villa for ne drop there, but at least Europe Cup final now qualify for UEFA Champions League. A change media Papa no aye, was see a bonabaso. By when no me game no, me nya sure say eno bi o share game ni bia no. Resource ne beye ne wanwa. Unai Emery, Anna Slots. Enre kwanya Aston Villa for the Liverpool for fast no. No mu deserve say omu winning no mu Liverpool for. Because tactically na Aston Villa for no dominate Liverpool boku no. Adia me hu say Aston Villa for ne ye ne say. Na me ni hobby. By kwaku football no say wo hwe football. Na team repeat adia baako mienu miensa. Sa part na to aso sa na uni say eyese ni aka kire mo. So adia me notice wo Aston Villa game nim ne say. Omo build it from the back. Yen hwehwe adwuma ne mfemfrase wo. Omo build it from the back. Ni two center backs so use ye Abrante friend say Konsa. Ana Pau Torres. Sa two players no omo opin omo biemu wide. Enti Konsa opin wide at the right side. Pau Torres opin wide at the left side. Sa two players in the chassis omo build up no na omo bi omo. Na two central midfielders omo mfimfi no. Yet elements ana Lindelof no. Mostly omati elements eba na chi kakra drop deep. Na Lindelof mum akọ nanim kakra stay up front. Enti kwan omo fa so build up no. Two center backs no split wide. The elements bra we chi kakra Lindelof ko wanim because se o check Lindelof. Na wo check the elements the okra ball no ye more comfortable. The elements. Enti no ma the elements mum eba na chi. Na Lindelof akọ nanim. No one make sure say the wide players no Emiliano na obo as a left winger. And a branch friend say John McGinn na obo as a right winger no. Omo be move inside. Na etimi make sure say Morgan Rogers ebenya that freedom to operate e was zone 14. Na wenya sa coordination between the number 9 ye Oli Watkins and omo dey dominate Liverpool bobuku no. Enti anytime you be sure say ayo omo build up no. Obo sa branch friend say Lucas Digne obo as a left wing no. On the obo as a left back no. On the be operate as a left winger. And a branch friend say Matikash obo as a right back no. Obe operate as a right winger. Enti anytime bia no omo numbers mfimfi ho omo numbers wings so to dominate Liverpool bobuku no. Enti mfimfi ho nkwa no. Na Aston Villa for attack here. Mfimfi ho or Lindelof or Tielemans or Morgan Rogers or John McGinn and our branch friend say Emiliano. About 6 players mfimfi ho 5 players mfimfi ho. Liverpool for me for ntimi continue mo. Because no Liverpool me for na Curtis Jones, McAllister, Soboslai, and a Gravenberch. And no money numbers to contain Aston Villa bobuku no. And Aston Villa for dominate you almost centrally. And no muti making sure say on make break Liverpool team no. I create you more chances no. Over wings so and when I make catch say Aston Villa na minim no or use white combination. And anytime you person use omo wings no on the left side. Player now obo as a left back no. A branch friend say Lucas Digne no. Or ye combination with a branch friend say Emiliano. And Tibaku be operate as outside winger. Na ba kwa operate as inside winger. No my white combination. And ye beat Liverpool team no. So over the right side the white combination no. Matikash. And a branch friend say John McGinn. And time biano in 15 or numbers. Wide area or numbers. And kweku. Omo dominating Liverpool team no. E make sure say ombenya the needed goals ebetima mo mewinia ebetima mo menya qualification e dey aba UEFA Champions League next season. Enti no a check omo share goals no. Omo contribute goals no. E dey my team friend say Aston Villa. Morgan Rogers share goal ya assist. Oli Watkins share goal ya assist. John McGinn share goal. Lucas Digne assist. Enti players na ne e come ho asem no. Oma ne contribute goals na. Omitiminya asa 4 goals no. Edema Aston Villa bobuku na kwekwo metimia qualify. I think Unai Emery and Aston Villa bobuku no. Omu deserve a lot of credit. Pressure e will Liverpool team ne so. Say Liverpool for the 5th e will 59 points. What it means ni say I just say Liverpool for hope say Bournemouth ense Manchester City. Na Brighton ense Leeds United. Because Bournemouth ense Manchester City at the Bournemouth over 58 points. Manchester City lose sa game na. Bournemouth over 58 points. Liverpool over 59 points. Ebeka just 1 point between Liverpool and Bournemouth. Not last game no determine you qualify. And the pressure kesiye will Liverpool bo buku ni so. So Liverpool bet ma qualify their UEFA Champions League. I just want hope say Manchester City mum esha Bournemouth bo buku no. That was the reason I enrane who be here say na Liverpool be win this game na Liverpool nya ne qualification ombre by still na no me hope say Liverpool be qualify e dey akọ UEFA Champions League this season. Me say say na we story say slot say omo problem kese pa no e defending e no kre onim say the entire season Liverpool our Premier League no consider 52 goals. Debi aye sorry aye say Chelsea defense nye Chelsea nim defend it omo consider goals. But onim say Liverpool are consider more goals than Chelsea. Chelsea are considered 59 goals. Liverpool are considered 52. By the BAI, Taika say Chelsea the enemy. By Liverpool consider more goals. Because without the ball, say Liverpool is Siakaya. How we more press and the best. A quite almost first to leave spaces in between on the defensive line. And my teams exploit Liverpool be. There is no compactness. Liverpool abro mun crabo in defensive shape. Say you close it down. Liverpool type consider goals from set pieces. And the defending set pieces, Liverpool acquire day. Liverpool for aye poor in terms of rest defense. Say omo ball against a team of counter attacking football. Say Liverpool for rest defense, you know, omo very poor. And two part check Liverpool for omo last 3 games. Na check goals omo consider. Omo game omo Manchester United boy, 3 goals omo consider here. Omo game omo Chelsea boy, he go omo consider here. Nature Enra 4 goals at Liverpool for consider here. And the biggest problem for Liverpool this season, I quite almost so a defensively. Liverpool for a poor. Ye cat teams or match goals can say in the Premier League. Liverpool can home.
Na me pese me bisa say unkomo na wudina. One of the goals at Liverpool attack consider set pieces, but yeah. Liverpool konati owa. Or Ver Van Dijk or Shobosla. Attention for inside day.
Sekweku ubetumi nya attention by if marking ye poor they be a beshow. The first say owa bebre no enche say set piece ba se corner kick ba and a free kick bi aba ubetumi eyi. If how our marking ye poor, we leave spaces on mark your opponent ya they be a the beshow. So set pieces omuntimi end defendi. And your set pieces en kwao. Emre bi atwem. Na uko Premier League ni mina na uka teama ne passes per defensive action was through. Say yem press on jebo. Na ye Liverpool and the club. And today be a Pep Guardiola can say team ba kwa no usuro ni pa ni ye Liverpool because omu jebo na Liverpool for more home so omu club no. Omu de pressure basically a Man City so no ma ye wajebo. By this season check Liverpool for anyhow omu press.
And the Liverpool defense problem no. Come a day because say Liverpool konate ne Virgil van Dijk game will be omo na ebo.
Yeah.
Fatigue and set in and do they have backup options because Giovanni Loni Wepra and Joe Gomez so they be no wow him. In say 2 players they be omo na ebo sa.
Liverpool defensive problem and yet personnel.
Okay.
And yet individuals. A structure. It's not about Nipo Liverpool set up in him. Say you can see you defending in football. And yes, solely the duty of 4 back in one also me defense no. Every single player our pitch no our responsibility say you incredible and also defending. By the last line of defense no and the back 4. And to structure na Liverpool for any defending na poor this season and your personnel no.
Okay.
Because they say Liverpool for air press here and you coordinated na. No. Omo calculate omo press na no. Omo press we anim ho a. Cody Gakpo, Ingomoha. Omo timi press, omo timi utilize this high press ne very well na. Midfielders of McAllister, Stoboslai. Omo timi echo back up the press na. Because enkanena na yeka Liverpool for na the best team in terms of pressing no. Say Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Mohamed Salah. Esha high press na sia. Unim say ubenya Jordan Henderson. Ubenya Wijnaldum. Ubenya Fabinho. Ombe backing up the press. And now a well calculated, well coordinated. By this time around, a poor. Se Liverpool focus a king kwaku omun press. Now after the ombe try say ombe close spaces now. Say spaces in between omu defensive block no. Omu timi close space no. Omu timi maintaining spatial compactness, player compactness ana no. And the opponent exploit spaces. Me no woka say. Unim say only 5 clubs and a Liverpool 4 are conceding fewer number of goals than omu. Ewo Premier League. Burnley, Wolves, West Ham, Spurs, and Leeds. Omu nkwa na conceding goals than Liverpool. Liverpool are conceding 52 goals. Until Liverpool almost struggle this season, no. How we concede goals because he got top 5 clubs in Premier League. Omashe goals can say Liverpool can watch 62 goals. By goals no concede no. And akwakoye the biggest problem for Liverpool. Ye reso mbeti ma qualify. Na next season ye hu Liverpool UEFA Champions League. Me hope it media me tell Liverpool to say ombeti ma qualify there by UEFA Champions League. By this season ye kwaku nyoma enkoye e wo Liverpool fafa. FA Cup final e wo Wembley. Chelsea ana Manchester City. Efiti si e sha ase ye bo FA Cup. A free 1871 155 years ago no. Team a wire successful powers are competition we said you be no Arsenal. Chelsea a year can say FA Cup no waji 8. The last time Oji bin was in 2018 and Antonio Conte. Mekaye pass on Manchester United ne boy. Anna Eden Hazard Pele. They say the only go. Manchester City so FA Cup no match 7. The last time Omoji was in 2023 on Manchester United. Gundogan and a ball 2 goals nina and Manchester City AJ every Manchester United in sim. Enti 2 clubs so mun nyanya brace a trophy we. Manchester City ni say league ni baby ekeka kono Arsenal na say omoji ade na no. Enti ye season na anko ye kura no o de yenji domestic titles ni mienu. Because ye can the EFL Cup no. Enti Manchester City ye saje FA Cup ne kan ho a see ye season nya kura na ye trophies mienu. Enye bad. Chelsea for so nim say omo season na ye poor. So the only way out to compensate Chelsea fans no say yenje FA Cup no. Na enfan compensate Chelsea supporters no. Enti 2 clubs akwaku ene wo Wembley. Obi ani be brace obeje trophy we. Omo nyina ya ade say o maba bedu this stage. O check Chelsea ne 5 games or boy ye ewo FA Cup nim no. O winning the 5 ni nyina o. Chelsea winning 5 ni nyina or say 21 goals and or consider 3. Ewo FA Cup nim no dia bedu final. Manchester City to 5 games or boy no o winning ni nyina. Also said 21 goals and or consider 3. And the 2 clubs no nyina akọ final no kwaku. Almost statistics Abram dia kwaku do final no the same. Chelsea winning 5, Man City were winning 5. Man City said 21 goals, Chelsea said 21 goals. Man City conceded 3 for FA Cup, Chelsea conceded 3. And the almost stars pay anom di final nim. Name the favorite tag no e Manchester City wo. Me nya sure say kanokra who the favorite tag na be ma Chelsea there be. 1. The recent results between these 2 clubs. It is saying Manchester City recent results better than Chelsea. The atosu yenu obia form of the rem no et saying Man City form ni better esen Chelsea. Omo nu hia when they dominating the yonko. If it is say Thomas Tuchel edit team a friend say Chelsea share Manchester City UEFA Champions League final. Champions League final no. Omo ntimi share team a friend say Man City game. So the last 13 games between Chelsea and Manchester City no. Chelsea ntimi share Manchester City. Man City winning mu baako nko 10. Ana draw miensa. Ana aggregate goals no. Manchester City a 25, Chelsea a 7. So a Chelsea Manchester City na say Ushia Chelsea will be a beer obo Chelsea. And he said upo bia obetimi the favorite tag no e dia mana e team a friend say Manchester City. Ono na going into the game oye favorite. Back in football. Anytime bia na favorite ni winning. You bet my tag also your favorites. By the first so your favorite didn't so be winning game no. And Chelsea bet me a police surprise. Chelsea bet me surprise you be anu a Manchester City. No adi trophy no. E be gina how a Chelsea bet shane nioma e wa go pramane so. So what check it team my friend say Chelsea a. Kwaku. Okofesi Manchester City bo boko no. Which nim say Manchester City ebe dominate game no. Say yem pass yem control yenya bibia. So most likely say Pep Guardiola ene obebo goalkeeper Donnarumma. Ana team friend say Manchester City be use no. Now about Matheus Nunes on the right side of defense. Now we use to a branch friend say Nico O'Reilly on the left side as a left back. Now about Magay and Aquisano 4 and 5. Now omeni mhope no akweye Rodrigo Cascante, Bernardo Silva. Now about branch friend say Doku on the left side, Antoine Semenyo on the right side. Now about Sheki behind a branch friend say Haaland. Women are likely line up. Kwaku Pep Guardiola ebe use. Adia ba kwa about Pep this season you say. Pep Guardiola is dynamic in terms of possession. Obeche ball na body by say no on money focus na nko possession ni so bebre. On money focus na ko results ni so mo. And it's what check this season na. Enya matches ni nyina na Pep Guardiola nya total dominance. Enya matches ni nyina na Pep Guardiola enya total control. Adia Pep Guardiola asesa wo Manchester City bo boko nim this season. Ah wo ye Chelsea wo ko face Manchester City so want me hu saade na Pep Guardiola dey break you say this time around Kwaku you were second season second half no and I say you were January transfer no kofa Magay any Antoine Semenyo bae no Pep Guardiola asesa no makakra. The first thing about Pep Guardiola opadi a friend say middle box. The first thing about Pep or middle box. Middle box in here say mostly Pep Guardiola ebe yusu Sheki as the number 10. Obema that freedom to operate. Freedom not to be operated, obe yusu the individual skills and technique. And their creative chances, and their my friend say Manchester City. Now I'm Rodrigo Cascante and Bernardo Silva. Edge defensive line in him. Because baby a Bernardo Silva and a Rodrigo Cascante Bruno. On pese on be rani bebre. Omo nyusu omo technical ability and omo intelligence on football IQ. No mon fanche ball no and progress ball no. Enti adwuma Rodrigo Cascante. Ana Bernardo Silva be na say omo mum ana beje ball no e free defensive line anim. Omo je ball no be distribution. On be control ball no, on be direct play no, e dey am opponent no. Now making sure say time bia no the left back of team my friend is Manchester City. Eya branch defense Nico O'Reilly no. Obema na move at the advanced area. So what I keep Pep Guardiola previously. Nanka uwe fullback na we invert here. Obeka defensive midfielder na ho. Enti anka ye enkane na. Anka Nico O'Reilly invertible midfielder. Anka ba beka road ho. Ewo deep. By this time around, Pep Guardiola emma ni fullback ni invert here on onjina deep. Omaneko advance. Enti time bi abo se Nico O'Reilly ewo nanim pa. Wakoka Sheki ho as double number 10s because Pep Guardiola enim say Nico O'Reilly ni a player otimi mani goals. Nico O'Reilly no on say ono no oyo obi a oye midfielder dada and oye offensive. Enti Pep Guardiola use ne say time bi e be kura ball no make sure say obekọ anim bebre because obetima ma me goals no obetima ma sa boss presence no and oyo obi a unhu be bi obefiri aba na Nico O'Reilly the ball na ba betu nanim because Pep Guardiola used as an elite hybrid cheat code. And the time be anway to say Omanu operated to say Thomas Muller rule ni pepepe. And to so be days and Thomas Muller ejina and also ewo bayana. And yon na yet the main number 9 by unhu baby a Thomas Muller beba. Na Thomas Muller the ball na ba betwat him. And to Thomas Muller na coaches use as cheat code. And you be say Pep Guardiola use Nico O'Reilly no or use as an elite hybrid cheat code. Enti baby a kran be free aba no the ball na ba beto atenem enti be kai EFL Cup final no hwe de Nico O'Reilly e de Arsenal buko no enti wo man specific role bi a time bia na wo so koka abrante friend say Sheki ho na edwuma o de mema Doku aye ne say wo de Doku wo gina the left side ball ni kurawa because of a dribbling ability. Chelsea right back Semalo Gusto de beba wo betima beat in terms of 1v1 situation. Uyo obi a ojebo a Ultimate draw opponent ni defenders na around him and creating spaces and famaye. And to Doku Edumano no, and I say good for Doku ni say Doku so etimi she goals no, and to bet masa exploited tight spaces. Now ama Antoine Semenyo edina the right side. Antoine Semenyo Edumano say obey the wide outlets because of the physicality and how or explosive. No man bo as a wide outlet and to time you no be direct because Semenyo no enti say Doku a obeje ball obe take you on opponent 1 2 3 enti wo the ball ne ma ba akopɛ na afi de o ko direct enti kwan ya Pep Guardiola kwaku wo faso si na akan no se mo ehun na se ni possession no aye dynamic enti ope boss midfield Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo Cascante deep Seki any Nico O'Reilly ewo advance Semenyo wide outlets ewo the right side na Brante Feni se Doku ewo the left side ono anebe right into tight spaces na Haaland I make sure say why distraction no among team no ka kwesha ni defenders no enti Pep Guardiola style odi rem no ensesa enti say we Chelsea e was so hu sa style we say when na Pep Guardiola edi beba be rag game nim so the first thing e be hia dia ma Chelsea say ho am na be sha ase e very important when na be sha ase dia ma Chelsea on say Pedro Neto asaba back so obi anim say Pedro Neto be sha ase and say on sha ase by a most likely say e be ye Levi Kowo Fofana Malo Gusto and Abrante Fene say Kukureya e we chiro if Pedro Neto be sha ase na we use Abrante Fene say Caicedo Reece James na Pedro Neto on the left side Kopama on the right side Enzo Fernandez behind Joao Pedro enti anka de likely line up ne be mamia women na likely say on be sha ase e dia ma Chelsea bobuku no in case say Pedro Neto an sha ase dia e likely say Chelsea be use star no de kobo Liverpool no now ama Hato about the left side no the Kukureya akwa the left advanced area et said you go share Liverpool pepe no by say Pedro Neto be sha ase dia then Kukureya ba be left back na Pedro Neto about the left winger na then akwa koye Levi Kowo ne Fofana na Enzo Fernandez abo as number 10 na Kopama abo free right side on wa make sure say obekati inside kwaku this season nyabote na check teams o match Manchester City Spurs asha Man City Brighton asha Man City Aston Villa asha Newcastle Man United Real Madrid sa clubs we nyina no omun dominate Manchester City bo mutimi share Manchester City so busa won say kwan be so ne fa so Pep Guardiola team menya sure say Chelsea ba koye Bonamembo ye nyina ye biem throughout the 90 minutes Boname so membo ba dia ba kwa man notice about Manchester City ne say one say opesa stop Manchester City boboko na how wa be very disciplined in terms of defensive blocks. There were 3 types of defensive blocks in football. There were the high, the low, and there were the mid. And it's all person Manchester City. Who defensive block our person use now was very disciplined. A bet me about Chelsea be decided say obey use high defensive block. Obey me use mid, no about use low. And it's a Chelsea decided say obey use high defensive blocker. And what's a chance here from Joao Pedro, Kopama, Enzo Fernandez, and Pedro Neto. And what's say Omiye very disciplined in terms of a defensive block. So Chelsea decided say obey you made na. E how and the forward line players no ebe drop it, abeka Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Any players from one fifty or resumes more 50 no. No make me a mid defensive blocker. Omiye very disciplined. So Chelsea decided say obesity deeper. Any just and the forward line players in the midfielders no. Very close to the last line of defense. And the team be away to Manchester City this season biano. A team or your discipline on the defensive block, depending on the type of block I be use. And the Chelsea so the type of defensive block be use. A how we stay discipline. The first thing. The second thing I Manchester City say, Ube deny almost central passing lanes. Because definitely Sheki and Nico O'Reilly ebe wa advance Bernardo Silva Rodrigo Cascante ewo deep. These are midfielders omo football IQ omo technical ability no was to bebre enti omo dealing with passing lanes twino na ball ne befa no e was a time ya make sure say ubetimi a block sa central passing lanes ni nyina and so ubetimi a block central passing lanes na how a Chelsea four players no ebe position omo ho between the ball carrier and the target man enti say ne Sabrante friend say Bernardo Silva jeboa na Reece James na was so close passing lane na e was so making sure say we are closing the ball carrier and the target man. I want me locate the target man. Say Caicedo na be block passing lane na e was so in between the ball carrier say you road in the crown and the target man say kwa kodi shake wo no mo dey close passing lanes no and how at Chelsea ebe utilize omo transitions because Manchester City be exposed e we chiro so ubetimi utilize transitions now. Spaces near there, children, who better utilize it. Then again, individual brilliance. Who expect to say Kopama Benyani Day? Joao Pedro Benyani Day. Who expect to say Enzo Fernandez, Reece James, individual brilliance, you know? Who expect to say Benyani Day? Kwaku, when you quiet faso, and stop Manchester City Bobo Kuno. By Yambo game the day. So what they no crack Kasema. Manchester City for no and your favorite ahead of Chelsea. So Manchester City your favorite. By Chelsea to Tuninioma ya, obetima shock Manchester City for no. Story be a free techie Eben ne say. Yes say Galatasaray for ne Van Dijk edi nkomo. Na nkomo na Galatasaray ne Van Dijk edi no. Ama reports na Eben ne say Van Dijk aka che Galatasaray mpenyin for say. Oye ready so obetimi ajoin ne Galatasaray bobuko no. Se Galatasaray tim ne Liverpool for kasa. Na Liverpool for jitum say omo beton ono Van Dijk ono Van Dijk ready so be join Galatasaray bobuko no when story a free take asa asiesa eba the Martin Pokran say Galatasaray for offer Van Dijk 2 years plus 1 2 years and a plus 1 omo diama Van Dijk kwaku check this season a hwe players a Galatasaray say offer Leroy Sani o make Victor Osimhen deal ne permanent offer Gundogan Adia na Galatasaray for person me say omo pe experienced players, established players. No mo dia compete e wo Turkey, no mo dia bo Europe. The new season e ba be sim no. Galatasaray for per say omo ba Europe no be ya ade pa. Enti so betima ya ade a ene ya de ne enkope established players. Yenkope players a omo ya ade omo experience no. E ka hu bi no omo so omo pe Van Dijk omo ma ni 2+1. Enti say yes bi agina Liverpool for ne so. Van Dijk they were ready say Liverpool tiasia obe move ya ko Turkey. So it's up to Liverpool for some betiasia na some tiasia. Kwaku me ebeye me wan say Liverpool for be Jai Van Dijk. Ebeye me wan papa. Enche bia 17th of April 2025. And Liverpool for extended Van Dijk contract at the man to 2027. Anom de ne call salary no £350,000 a week. Anom de ma Van Dijk. Ameno Kase or the second top earner. E will Liverpool bobuku nim. After season we kweku. Onim say Mohamed Salah free Liverpool. Robertson free Liverpool. At the crunch maker say be mo say Liverpool for ebe Jai Van Dijk me say. Se Salah ko Robertson kwa. Ube here leader e will Liverpool set up nim. O de enya hwe kura no. For the actual Real Madrid this season, cry example. Ube here leader on and off the pitch. Because they say, Oche the actual Liverpool this season. Say Liverpool and to turn your money and to send your money enya leader. Next season, bet my home. And it's a Salah eko. Na Robertson ekwa. Eba kwa Van Dijk, the only leader will Liverpool set up in on see enjoy man enko. Yeah. And to me, medie. Ehun ya say Liverpool be Jai Van Dijk kamana. So sad story no. Okay. Liverpool for very careful. Van Dijk die no. Arsenal. Almost sporting director Andre Beta. Any Ateta kwa meeting. Na kwa meeting no. Ana you say Andre Beta yes sporting director dem Arsenal say next season opese left wingers no or turn back. Trossard and say Gabriel Martinelli. Ana you say Ateta busa and say ba ko ne kwa why na opese okofa ne ba. Kwakunim dia ebai. Quarascalia. Arsenal sporting director say opeso okofa Kvaratskhelia and ni free PSG and then about Arsenal bobuko ni nti wo so oja left winger baako na Arsenal fo mpanyifo na je Andrew Betedi efiti so ba Arsenal no majority of the signings ni na akoyie Eberechi Eze enye bad this season Joe Carres enye bad Mosquera Zubimendi mo enti ama Arsenal mpanyifo aje Andrew Betedi say eba decisions so take about transfers now majority of them onya the right enti waka so pe Kvaratskhelia no yesi Arsenal mpanyifo back sporting director ni say onko all out for branch defense Kvaratskhelia
okay
kwagu eba ye den say Kvaratskhelia PSG for be jani banukure wo mi ye say Kvaratskhelia ba Arsenal onim so ba benya balance wing play because already on the right side Bukayo Saka 100% fitter, one of the best. Then the left side na Kvaratskhelia beka ho deal way die kwaku ebeye den die by say Arsenal timi police are deal way a ebeye deal ba kwa mebo mi nsem e dia ma Arsenal me dem anu si no Barcelona a game on bebo against Betis ene no wadi league na wi by aka record ba ko pe record near say Barca win against Betis in the history of the Spanish Premier La Liga. Barca na be the first club out of the 19 home games where winning in record nuclear Barcelona and a team of friends Real Madrid 1987-1988 Madrid enya 18 home games 18 wins 2009-2010 Madrid say yes record no 18 home games 18 wins Barca in 2009-2010 under Pep Guardiola obo 18 home games onya 18 wins ebeye record and Tito Villanova in 2012-2013 obenya 18 home games 18 wins and this season Hansi Flick aye se Barca winia or yen 19 home games 19 wins
right
eba beye record e La Liga okay when timi anya 100 points no when timi anya most wins no by record aka obetima set no 19 home games 19 wins and Sebastian timi ya ebe record La Liga ebi nsi da ye hweso obetima esa record
but I say Kwame but I say pa enti yatwaso na mako bigi wo openyi bibia boko de
okunyame adom bibia
yatwaso
okuma me share from Liverpool na stories are now ka and slot asema waka e dey for Liverpool team no say Liverpool defense no it looks like say a problem they concede too many goals Kwaku why is Ancelotti behaving like this like at the end Ancelotti person watch like person ka
also so open say o kire say me so nti wase
Kwaku we are manager before the start of the season, you inherited a team very strong. And my manager to say Liverpool team now and slot be fire now bad. The team was very strong. And slot about be fat team no. That season, the first season, it was Premier League no. And slot me the Liverpool boko ni G League. G League ni wie no. And a year new season mo. New season now Liverpool rem no. And I'm pretty for who say adwuma wa baba be ye die aso ye ni oba wa baba be bon homodin ummo Premier League ni bi da ba wa baba be gi Premier League ni dia mayen ye nya gidie wo mu say adwuma no obetimi aye den na obehia amba adwuma na timi akonkan dia ma wo na slota list players obehia nyina e wo Liverpool boboko ni mo and I'm pretty for man iska say gisa sika we na fakoto players ne bra and slot gi sika no more than 480 something million. 484 or so, if my memory serves me right. And slot the Sikana ye purchase a way. Your last season nimu. Season na everyone never back be nko year. Who your coach? You have to make sure you are going to fix these things. Improvise. Take decisions about Liverpool Boboko. But if you come back to tell me the problem, Liverpool Boboko ni face ya. Me amete hey. Kwaku e dia de na opese me this 7 year. What should I do? Say Liverpool defense, they concede goals. The Liverpool supporter you are telling this doesn't need it. It is your job to fix it.
Also next season, be.
We can only be hopeful. There is no guarantee.
Big actually way okoto bi buy nipa ko ne wepra. Only options is I come you no pe. Omo anebo.
Yes, I come.
Ni goalkeeper pra. These things in any way.
So if this is what you have, Kwaku, and no man Mohamed Salah maybe Obeka as a coach in throw under the bus. There are certain things you don't talk about in the public space as a manager.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, these players are players. I want to handle them. Team ne da hono no. Omo esa say toba mo ba besi akan no. Wo na auto omo bae. Me jitum se Giovanni Leoni bae wa baba be pra. That is very true. Liverpool left back position no. What has been the performance of Milos Kerkes had the buy on Unzum Praye? Liverpool right back position. Jeremy Frimpong are inconsistent because of injuries. But who your coach are? Me assure say no match player. I friend say Joe Gomez more than more. Is Joe Gomez that kind of player Liverpool bet me rely on when there are problems at the centre back or at the right back position? To me, it is a no. You allowed all these players to stay. You spent about 484 million to destroy a team. Now you're defending champions for Premier League anymore. Now we bomb matches. Now we concede goals. Then you come back to tell us. So this is the kind of problem I face here. Kwaku, memfanya diabeng. 20 teams from the Premier League, you know. 3 na call relegation, no. You knew omo fancy in chain. Omo survive, you know. 2 teams pe and a Liverpool. I continue goals at chain omo. It's among the 20 teams in the Premier League. Bako 5. Yomu film. 15 na ka, you know. Liverpool are continue goals chain obiya. You need to fix the problem. Don't come back and be telling us the problem. When you had a lot of money to make sure say obetimi aye bibia, no fill every position. E will Liverpool boko ni mo. Aside Giovanni Leoni, how many times I ending come Kwaku say Liverpool be here center back? Let's assume say Leoni is fit in power. Kwaku, can you play an entire Premier League season with 3 center backs? Because Joe Gomez your kind of can win you. It's a problem now. You do home come and it's not a cause problem no. Man in the typical African politician. No be church problem ni mo akere. Problem ni wo hunti ni edo ba ese bra na bra be solve. Kwaku Chelsea ni Manchester City game no. A game Manchester City here. Chelsea tutu here. But me feel say Chelsea here game in pa e Manchester City. Pep Guardiola as a manager has nothing to prove at this point of his career. Whatever Pep Guardiola has to do to cement his position as a manager or a top, a manager and a modern more show, Pep Guardiola has already done that. Obianim the Pep Guardiola betimi aye. Into a press conference now. Pep Guardiola ye can about trophies. Our Jediama Manchester City Bobo Community Shield ne bibia ka ho 19 trophies in 10 years. Champions League can the biggest trophy in European club football. It is such a manager who didn't home command. They be power now person oye. And the Chelsea Jumanu ni dada. Aside that, Manchester City bobo even in the season, this season they find some year poor. Manchester City has already won a trophy. Imagine the EFL Cup. It's in Pep Guardiola's downwards movement. Crampo. He finds ways to make sure so Manchester City team no. That kind of team a bit me a GBB. This is the manager we are talking about. And indeed I'm saying, Pep Guardiola as a manager in Manchester City has nothing to prove at this point. But on the other side of the coin, Chelsea. Chelsea Bobo Kone, as we speak, this is their most important game of the season, Kwaku. Chelsea game in here pa. This season, and a Chelsea Bobo Kone Babebono. We maybe say a because matches at Chelsea about this season, then away the most important. First of all, Chelsea Bobo needs an escape route to play in Europe. So see, I'm say Chelsea in the 9th. Oh, English Premier League log in the show. 9th position and a Chelsea da. Chelsea 9th position now or Dano. A buyer dang the match Chelsea. Say your boss is in New Year, not Chelsea that so that 9 far. Omo qualify ko Europe. Omo ko Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. Chelsea bobo ko ninti min ka from the Premier League. Debbie. The next 2 matches at Chelsea Bebono are crucial games. Every match Chelsea Bobo. There is no guarantee. Say Chelsea bet me winning those 2 matches. Aside that, say Chelsea sending me a running now poor. Chelsea destiny in Kito on Wangasa. Qualifying for Champions League, winning trophies. And your way easier as our destiny Kita Wangasa. But our destiny Kito Obi. What it means, and I say, we wish I would be an imponent. Just said you are down when you lose in the matches. And son, I want him here sign. Now, what Baba done him? Now, trophy, nobody, I want the qualification, that makes it very difficult. And that is the situation of Chelsea. It's Chelsea bet me a share. But Chelsea shampoo no more that Chelsea and even so share. There is no way that Chelsea bet me a qualify a Kobo Europa Cup because of the 9th as we speak. Say Chelsea Benya escape route now or Shana. FA Cup trophy no, a guarantee a slot. Europe. It's Chelsea jet trophy now. And found Chelsea bet me at the 9th. Chelsea bet me at the 8th. Chelsea bet me in your Quenya. No Kobo Europa Cup next season. Now say we've seen times at Chelsea Kwakobo Conference League during that season. Now say Chelsea be attracted top players. A baba problem they are Chelsea Bobo Kono. There are a lot of players that want to qualify for Champions League footballer. A bad day in their mouth. But they are depending on the kind of coach our kita. And the kind of projects I want to say, oh, you know, to me and Tyson Kaka. No, I am not going to send me bar after a year or two. No, Eben and Eben bet me as a son. It's for Chelsea to position themselves well, to be able to even attract certain players. Chelsea being here European competition. And escape route, you know, a FA Cup trophy against Manchester City. Aside that, McFarlane as a manager, a person obeying and see the CV. You didn't come on and make Pep Guardiola as a man. Make the number of trophies that Pep Guardiola has for Manchester City alone. Bayern Munich in Cajon, Barcelona in Cajon, Manchester City in Kwa. By your Bob McFarlane did as a manager, Diabeno Waje, on Cajon, on New Baby. So he's only fortunate. Sa Kwanya Weyaba. No Baba Chelsea coach at this moment. What about 1 match? Now they are about PMO FA Cup final. So what tactics we were dakem? Oh baby, as I say, we will never be as I say with me to aquam. Na never call ye the bow. Now just our trophy with the 2 CVs so and the 2 profiles. Imagine see a baby FA Cup final every year. Now actually be a bedding como. Near some McFarlane by coach be an oil stopgap coach match Chelsea. Ebe FA Cup. Only one and not able at that time. One of the best managers the game has ever produced. Pep Guardiola and a boy. And a McFarlane share Pep Guardiola. And OJ FA Cup trophy feeling them. That alone. Ebe to me a grant McFarlane another Premier League job. Eben Chelsea. But so to me share Pep Guardiola no channel. No, a jet trophy if Pep Guardiola and Sema or answer this evening. And no one bet me be a Premier League job coin at the amount in any of these smaller clubs. Our mobile. It's McFarlane as a manager. I didn't hear the power. Escape route so the match Chelsea Bobo Kono. Aside that, Chelsea players in Ankasa at this moment, Kwaku, as I say, PBBDM Patadiama Chelsea supporters. They have disappointed the supporters big time. We are going to talk about coaches just as we've always been doing. Yabaki factors and I'm so much team in Koye. But factors never Chelsea team in Koye. The players need be a part. Look at the performance of Kopama recently. It is a Kopama in the past now. Debbie. Shamotis said how he started the season beautifully. But your boss season the buy anymore. Moses said Jana Doom. Shekukuraya recently. The performances for Chelsea. And yet the last game at Chelsea, Buana Hockey Kawasra. Nan saying that Kukurea performance now up and down. And they koye kaka, a channel koye. The likes of Malo goes to nominate certain other players, Ganacho Num, and the Adia Crampo, the young Kawas and Crampo. They've been poor throughout the season. Inconsistencies in Kwan and a war mafia. And the Chelsea supporters in Ankasa. Can you say players never get trophy way? And the RPC almost say performance now you done throughout the season now. Any nino. Ya the way you patadia the amount money. Na mon fan Jojo Makoma. Ya seremo. Mon kwason tie ya chiti said ya moye na next season. Ya you shed ye besi. And ya ma ye with him. And that is what a match Chelsea situation no. Aya dicey than Manchester City there no. Trophy ni here Chelsea at this moment. A change to my friend is Manchester City. On the field, Chelsea has a lot of things to deal with when it comes to the Manchester City squad. And first of it, a player friend is Ryan Cherki. Kwaku. Today, when you are playing against Manchester City, Ryan Cherki is that kind of player who attention will focus in the corner. And your hype. And yet will be here. But that man is a baller. On the ball. He creates chances a lot for Manchester City. It's clear, evident. So Premier League now, Bruno Fernandes free on ma. Player what create chances, any assist. And the man teammates pa. I'm on my share. A player friend say Ryan Cherki. It's who she such a player now na kwa kwaku. I was all my attention a corner so. Now making sure so we putting the brakes on the player. Say the player only free room to operate. Aside that, on the control Manchester City tempo no mfimfin on. The last time I bought El Clasico. Barcelona and Real Madrid game, no. Player no had the tempo controller for Barcelona. Now Osai Madrid formation, Nema Madrid for any ha. Now Neman Tibin Koyem from Madrid will game in Finfi. He was Pedri. And Tomoji Bona normal located, no. Okitabo on the crib were born the 9 and number to sa. Pressure be out there, baby. I know a Joano, no a Jenny game in the amount. I feel in I'm parking so won't when you ha. That is the kind of job a player. I friend tell Ryan Cherki at the Manchester City. He is the tempo controller for the Manchester City team. It's the pressure now all day bano. On the beki tabo no a do pressure now. Born a bad things over Jeffrey ho. Only the gidi over faono. At the end of the day, what tax no system no BBA or build it or build up formations in a player na say no. This is the kind of man and how important he is for the Manchester City team. Caicedo Muadumaba. They have to make sure some of the pressure be Gina Brandt and so on them. Levi Cowell, Chelsea last game or Kwaku. Before he played the last game, now me a bit skeptical about his performance because what's in a fiache, injury session, any idea. But when he had the opportunity, or Chairman saw that kind of man and not Chelsea and Messi at the back throughout the season. He brought that stability. Our Chelsea Bobo Kunechi on him. Or the control. Buy or she share a defensive unit in the match also Bobo set pieces bar. Say a corner kick, say a free kick. Who wants to catch Chelsea players who Jinaha, who follow him at Yosemite, and your Bentain. That is the kind of thing, and that Chelsea are lucky throughout the season. Levi Cowell decided about Chelsea in the last game they played. Oh, Premier League anymore. If it's fit and available, coach and then started. The last time, na Madrid Assessor. But me share no. Masaso and Genesis Sanford from me feel say at this moment he is the most important defender for Chelsea. Chaloba ma your there, Wesley Fofana ma your there, but the man to control the back for Chelsea and ne a player friend is Levi Cowell. Kwaku Kukureya has a lot to deal with facing Antoine Semenyo. Recently, I did about one Semenyo and send the goal to the call from or could go down very close to 2 months. But the last game Manchester City played, he got a goal. It's confidence, they be chance, yes, Eben. We are Kukurea now attacking from that angle. You are always going to be thinking twice because what game by you say, Antoine Semenyo TC be keeper Samaba. Big problem. And Kukuna Mahun recently, no. On your Kukuna, you starting season near Bonidino. The form now up and down. Performance and extraordinary. In the last about 3 or 4 games, our body amateur Chelsea Bobo. But facing Manchester City, say open win, open results. Every player in your setup should make sure say they are going to bring their A game on board. Can Kopama do the magic for Chelsea? Are questionable? Yes, Jao Pedro mo, any Enzo mo. Our Chelsea Bobo Konim Finfi on so mobile to me a creative baby. Eddie Amao. Jeremy Doku is informed. Who plays the right back position for Chelsea? That is another question and a headache for the coach. Because Doku form now Kitano. And then open one of the best wingers we are here. Jeremy Doku count. In the past, he would dribble, dust the runs and everything. But with the final delivery now a problem. But in the last about 5 matches or so for Manchester City, Doku is scoring. It's a Diana na Doku Sinto. Diana Doku problem no. Washasi awoye nwajuma. It's every aspect of his game is getting better. And can Chelsea be able to deal with the quality of these players? Kwaku, on paper, Manchester City Bobo Koni a favorite. And there are no 2 ways about it. Chelsea would have to go the extra mile to get the results. It's just a coach McFarlane and then the man said surprise me. But on paper there, it is a game for Manchester City and a trophy for Manchester City. Bobo Kwaku a story be say Kobe Manu. As a coach, a friend say Eric Ten Hag or Bonabaso. Kwaku we are saying I want nipa bonini bi a won nkaya da.
Adeni, echese.
Nipa bonini bi a won nkaya da. Nipa no onye sesen oye nipa bonini sesen o wade papa ba ko bi won ho a. Wa yama obi a oni ho no mo na e bi adodo na be ka se asemasi a oni we die ye pa. But sa papa ba ko bi no oye ye no. Nipa na oye ma no e be kai na bre bia.
Nipa bonini in your context na ye wan.
Hey, coach a friend Eric Ten Hag. Kwaku, during the time of Manchester United, how was the performance of the team? At a point, now supporters are power. Players now can no more lose confidence and trust. And one can qualities and abilities more. Into Manchester United Gina Park no so. The players were lost of themselves. They didn't know what to do on the field of play. But I was see a coach Gina so near Kokobo game nibi. Into Yena Yanko, near Konkobo. But there is that one player. Our coach and man a better player. It's in Yaman year for Manchester United. That was the time I knew a certain Kobe Menu. On the man is our confidence. On the putting the trust in the young man. Some who talent me did it over to me about.
Ma Kobe ni Ganacho chance pa.
Aye. And about the Alpha Chamber pa.
Na Ten Hag ne Amorim wane yadi.
Ten Hag ne Amorim.
Wan ne be yadi ma.
Manchester United. Ten Hag.
Okay.
Yes. Ten Hag.
And then Mususum Bonnie Dean Bonnie
because of the standards of the club. But if you are comparing these two managers, they are Ten Hag is better. And the change coach I friend is Amorim. Even under Amorim, just as make about Ten Hag and Kobe Menu. One of the players and the performance was Ropa and Amorim Ahmad Diallo.
Aye.
But since Amorim left, what has been the performance of Ahmad Diallo? Above form. It's the Paboni Nibia on Nkayeda. Ebi under Amorim Manchester United Bobo Kolim Koyi. But we saw the best of player. Your friend said Ahmad Diallo.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to Kobe Menu. And I'm happy to say Kobe Menu, in spite of all the problems our coach in the firm, backlash in Inina, or non choir Bonabasu because we are saying on gratitude. It is always a must.
As I said, that should be Ubiso Khan Amorim Asam Bonia Ahmad Diallo Beka Sedabi.
Stand for the manager.
And in Buemu.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Anye Bia Modie.
Okay.
Under him, Namuboni ye. She Patrick Dogu. Now Manchester United net is saying no. But under Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
The who Yanasa was done a forward line player. Left winger. Left back in Pobo money ye. The neighbor left winger finish goals against big clubs.
Yeah. Goal of the year on a G.
It's a Chinabi, Sir Michael Carrick in you. Nani pair can a chas and bonus and go yem poor. That's a Patrick Dogu, sorry, not standing for Michael Carrick because I be a one quad dear. Oh, ye be papa, I will football career. It's a minute Kobe Menu 100%. So I'm sorry for the manager. No deep como say, and the farm manager. Kakabi on Manchester United and Nottingham Forest game. No. Say, Kobasa Manchester United and to me when it's a game now.
Yeah.
And young because the only idea as at now, a Manchester United team and say be a game near home game. A Old Trafford. Once a home game, the Manchester United has to put in their all and then get the results. Now at least Baba baby season no final home game, you put his smiles on the face of the supporters. That is the only thing. But at the end of Manchester United, they should part a point in this season, to qualify for the Champions League. And Unimpo, that dream at a point they lost. But as we speak, Michael Carrick can make sure all the team now qualify for the Champions League. It's the players in the team, supporters in the team, the people in and around the club, tribunal, you okay with what they have achieved so far. I don't think that make us say Koba. Some Manchester United and team and winning game na Enyame. Nottingham Forest on the other hand. Baby, our that's here. Relegation looks more likely say why escape that. But they be no hwehwe. Ono so be person obenya results e wo game we mu. When Yashe Krampuna they have won against Manchester United. They are going to bring all their players on board and then their A game on board. Omo midfield, you know, Elliot Anderson and Yates. These are the two players Manchester United has to focus on. I'm expecting say Juma Kobimenu and Casemiro. I throughout this season for Manchester United, especially under Michael Carrick. I'm going to say Juma Beba on board. The last game Manchester United played, Casemiro and Mobi. We saw the performance of Manchester United against Sunderland. The midfield was weak, it was poor, it was broken because the spine of the midfield not in Niho. Casemiro. This time around, he's going to be available. Over ball last game, and the Manchester United supporters. Now they are down. You have no option than to bring your A game on board and put a splendid performance. That time I free Manchester United no supporters and never kai. One of the best seasons in your career when it comes to the numbers, due to the number of goals he has scored this season. Our Manchester United and Mepe say player never free Manchester United on a good note. But that notwithstanding, I feel that it is a gamer psychologically and important for Manchester United. So it is going to be difficult for United to find the 3 maximum points.
May I say, meba bookie coast no na fe mabubo bookie coast no edi amane mama we say Elder George Adai oye manager ewo Danny Farmer. Happy birthday way from Pato Laundry Biggie Boga. So we say Elder George Adai or your manager or Danny Farmer. After Holy Baba SAM we say Afarijan. We wash you. Say Afarijan or Kofrum. Happy birthday. Okay. Mami chia Saviola so we just see new site to enjoy show. And the bookie course no and so any BW5 653 48FD BW5 653 48FD code number 2 BW5 653 8FC3 BW5 653 8FC3 code number 3 BW5 654 903A BW5 654 903A code number 4 BW5 654 A68C BW5 654 A68C code number 5 BW5 654 F833 BW5 654 F833 last code for the day BW5 655 8286 BW5 655 8286 B Pacho be fufuro hubi wana
yon cobra
okay na ne on and answer off
offside na
still now outside
meka manya 70 mesra
ade we be hunu wana sa
send me message nyina chatting
da ben
enro chile enro nyina
masa unim se betimi abechew so unim se betimi abechew
kana me ba adwuma kwala me yam hihire
so unim se betimi achew
so me threat na nyesi ewudi ni bi na mde ma no
emfa ho ni nyina eka ho you careful pa out the eka chiro
threat ni wudi ni bi
emfa ho emfa ho ye ni o emfa ho you careful pa out the echiro no
okay
amofa no
Kogwades no
still no ade na won hye no
me ne me yere kra ne fifie ba yo ba kro me ya ade me ba me drive hu se na nhye me wan complain nti no me nim de nti a wo complain what ya say
hey amofu no
okay
no yo dakro obeba na video da ha
4th August 2018 me worry
and they send carry
what so them why evidence kase
and they send carry and they so by wish birthday na
when they be ma dey
okay
be ma
pacho yeti o adarom
me nye obi ono ya oye ma dey anu asheda say kogu mami fa afisem kakra ya babo ano no emfamre eye etiefo and of course yewura mu ewo eye Ghana Premier League no they say ye weekend if you on man ka last game na any ya the season no enso eba no ewie ye na nyame yadoma Sunday games no eba so na Nations FC any Vision FC sa game we emu she papa be she rather because Nations FC elusu a asema ba Vision enso elusu a asema ba entino nyame yadoma eda ochina Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex no miensa ejide say game no e live entino e dia wantian kopie mu ho dia na onso atena television ho na watimi ahwe bi e wono mo wo other games ebetimi atodwa no Mediama Sporting Club any Heart of Lions FC na ebo e wo TNA Stadium shano so sa game no Mediama ehwe se amutimi we ni pe na any Gold Stars any Dreams no ekobo draw kra na ne dia Mediama omukokra sanse head to head no omugina yepa ntino jetie enso eno 11 Wonders enso ni Brekum Chelsea ena ebo ena fe Adriana FC any Young Apostles ebo nana Jimambedu Aye Park afe Dreams FC any Gold Stars ena ebo Tuba Astrotep game no enso beto John na fe Bechem United enso etna eye efie na omone Asante Kotoko Sporting Club enso etumi abo ena fe Oko Summer Boy a boy jetie any Century Sports Arena House of Folk Etwa Samates no more enso ede abom ewono and afi Karela United ebo Swedro All Blacks na hoy ene Baseke Holy Stars game ni de nyadia ebetimi abaso ewono mienka kan o mami league table no Kent na so far senior ene no ye wuramu na yari games na ba no say ene city ewono be bia ye shipa pa Mediama Sporting Club eda swedi kan 59 points. Gold Stars Tosimeno 57 points. Heart of Oak Etosumiensa 51 points. Asante Kotoko Tosu 9 49. Adriana FC Tosuno 47. Samates Insia Ewo 47 afe. Dreams FC and so 44 points. And so El Kodiama Karela Etosu Moche Brekum Chelsea Aba and Kron Sansa points no dia ben papa Chelsea Toso and Kron 44 Sansona Bechem Tosu Edu 44 Holy Stars Tosu Dubako 43 and afe Swedro All Blacks Etosu Dumieno 42 Lions Etosu Dumiensa 42 Young Apostles Etosu Dunai Wamo Ewo 42 Vision FC Etosu Dunom Wamo Ewo 41 and after Nations relegation battle no one was 16th on the league table, 141 and after all idea one jẹ kwan kra 30 and 11 Wonders there na mianu no kreni one so ekọ kra ntino weekend wine and etu ni yonko wine ebe da ase o wine and Airforce run Mediama be league na nyansam kito kra ntino ye de ten no me come Mediama sam no yenko dope nations dope nation yes mrante no mo bonwom no amobo eye kakalika kakalika nyame aduma Mediama for dia ba se ene ombe performing live enti takwane ne mpetem wo bogo so pristia baby a wo bia nyame aduma da ochina for ni echemu ewo TNA eye sports stadium na fe so kokore game ni bi ono mo dia ba se popular stand no eye 50 gold eye 70 and a VIP eye 200 Ghana nyame aduma ene ya miwe ya pe mekwa ko wura mu ho na makwa ko game ni bi ntino dia tiano no na ene board member enso ede ma eye Mediama Connect eye ene osa oye CEO ede ma Connect Engineering Services yes one nso eye Mr. Kojo Ala akasa ede afa game Mediama enso ebo ede etia Lions watu nsa ya first supporters nyina se momrai na momra mehwe game no sanse ogidie se Mediama ebetimi age league no
Onyamina yedana so de wama amande ma ama Mr. Muspaka amande so ma wotumo de team ne beju deme tibia sisia yewomi esene besre tibia de ibi team le ju de ehia bia ne mpabo na bia na wonde kakra bia motunda bo support no ona am sisia me besre god namdo don say ade te besre bia o mbo bia no this time out there bia so ordinary support or the Baba support Mediama team consider there your hope there your budget league but yanso bia ndai yanso there yenye bia ye serious the bia dey support or the bad time echi kwa akuna yakuno nya kun kakaba there yemi ni match ni easy dabi tumese there bia fana wanden afan bad time echi na here yemi na matakwa nyina ayade nyamina yedana so de
Kamet CEO Limited no send ho papa o kompatem wo de anya asem kito akro board member edema mediama ono na equal supporters nsa momra na umeta eye team na chimu amehye stadium ho ma na enyefe wo coach Ibrahim Tanko coach edema mediama Sporting Club na ene omo board etia Lions eno de atudwa se on the ogidie se 3 points in the metme keep no mom we expect difficult game. Ibrahim Tanko.
Expecting very, very tough an opponent. I mean, Heart of Lion is one of the teams that are playing very good football, regardless of their position. We saw them last season when they came second, I think. I mean, this season, even when the league starts, after 4 or 5 games, they are leading the table. So, Heart of Lion is one of the teams that are, I mean, very, very tough. But like I said, we face them in their home and beat them 1-0. So we have to prepare very well so that we will keep the points here. And we are expecting very, very tough and open.
Points takwa ebeka eno yensema coach Ibrahim Tanko to John na Lions for no send yema nkoye mu de na onim se ne omukọ takwa bi ever since omusa ba 2023-2024 season no na me fan to ja se omunkọ takwa ensu enkolusu game da 2023-2024 season omukọ share 1-0 and after 2024-2025 no 0-0 ntine omukọ no omukọ for draw and so omukọ win one ma any idea ten yem fan to ja se sa game no nya sem kito akremu be ye de oye papa eno e de ten no yen kopiemu enso e waye bechem na fe bechem United game woman Asante Kotoko enso e bono nsem no ye de e breo na preparation kosen Hamza Obin interim coach edema Asante Kotoko Hamza edin sembebre enso de atudwa.
It was a 6-0 victory for us. I'm sure they would want to make a revenge. How are you planning towards that?
Well, thank you very much. The idea is to prepare well towards this game, and during the week we fight a lot of sections towards that game, and the idea is to go there and make sure we take the maximum 3 points.
A venue that has been very difficult for us to pick. Last season we lost by 1. This is
Emmanuel Kwame Frimpong. And so a municipal chief executive at the Matano South Municipality. And also say and then Betchamina baby Adiana Druno say Mulusu game we say relegation no baba be Famontino Monso Momrai na Mama support Betcham United Bobukuno.
Oh, Bichimai and the Ghana man. I am a phone for Emmanuel Frimpong, municipal chief executive. For Tano South, Mr. Assembly, and then Eben Komaka. Community and said, Namayaduma, and the 17th of May, 2026. Nana Kusuja War Akutu, a park. The Team United, the Hunters. The name Asante Kotoko, and I have a large match. I say, Obibia say, Yina Yemra, Nemeke Air Park, Mesuma, Nemekina Mome, and Fama Team United. Say a bear, the voice no, the bit come home. Now, Ometi, Eddie Asante Kotoko, and Kunin, every Ama Timai, Nabi Timai, and Yaji. Young can say, Yina for your Jibua, we are Christo for, we ain't come for, I was so far as soon as I'm not to wa oye Christian Bompaye, wa oye Muslim, so far so the Bompaye. Yeah, I'm also every person and I'm about from the song so far from Nanya Kosiada, Yina, you can be Timan Park. Yeah, can we say?
China asem no Bechem United na Asante Kotoko nya asem kitokra enti eno ye de tie e ho enso no wona so folk enso e sama boy a boy na wabo enso e de tie Samates na no ena Didi Dramani ese Samates uba league nima upe teamsa amoye difficult pa womo e kan ho bi Didi Dramani.
The toughest opponents in the league. They are very compact and they are very aggressive. They are a ball playing side, and so we need to really be strong in our second actions. We need to be very, very decisive in terms of closing up central spaces, and we need to be very, very intense in terms of our pressing situations. And then we need to be very quick in getting out into spaces that we find. And I think that we acknowledge their strengths, but we are going to play to try as much as possible to come back with a very important result. So I anticipate a very fierce encounter.
Okay, and no idea, and so no. Na Henry Boateng on Samates preparation almost so Ojire say and they have so folk almost so the positive results and about PMO Accra.
We are all much prepared and we are hoping for a good result this weekend. Our opponent is a bad side, is a good side in the league, so we are much prepared. Each and everyone is participating in our training towards our weekend game. We are much prepared, and we are all working to bring
prepared. Hanuma, and here the tier, and so I don't know. Yanko ada issues na fe Yanfa kakra and fan somosudia Prosper Ogum, and so Aquaco Piemon Morocco under 17 AFCON. Na nanwa da Eric Jamfiko she go bia na go nefe papa unim se ne Prosper Ogum and so aba kwadana ba so pa si go ne efe na technique akwadani nya ye crochet sa go no in fact akwadana no o future we dey ensema Prosper Ogum edituja.
Very beautiful goal. I mean, this is a goal that is scored by genius, people who have vision on the football play. If you look at the way he received the ball, he had already seen the goalkeeper off his line. And the technique execution was just fantastic, just superb. Everything about the technique execution was spot on. So if you realize, just as he himself kicked the ball, he started running towards the sideline because he knew everything was correct about the execution. So it's a beautiful goal, and as a young, boy scoring a goal of such caliber, I think it's good for his image, it's good for his confidence, and I think that this will propel him to look for more goals for the team, to help the team qualify from the group and move on.
Finally, Sena Ebo player friend Eric Jemfi Abaso Honomo and so no FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup no the tennis Poland edition no bebaso na draw no etimi atodwa na Ghana Under 20 emano the tennis in a team se be show no enie France, Korea Republic, Ecuador and Afi Ghana we a group C. Jemedi no ebeto dwa 5th to 27th September. Ana Jumedi no ebetimi atodwa ewon mo Ebeneza Adade, Solomon Agbezi, Razak Simpson, Ebeneza Aban, Salim Adams omunyina ajeti offer ene no omodo money HMO na fe eye Mexico gamer Ghana yeno mebono eno so matimi akoy na form so akwa akusia kan bi ewon mo Nak brother omonso akonfirm say Andrew Ayu season ba na we ya omo eja ne kwan amana akọ say omo ko relegation into Dede Ayu he said the tennis and team obono omo say omo ko relegation dia omo so eja ne kwan amana akọ ohonma eno ye de tie enso ono no on that note no kokwe Nathaniel Kofi Kwe your friend Rare Bongo ene Rare Bongo ne birthday enso ewo oruye adwuma ewo Odotobri Community Bank Jacobu ewo ena oye n'adwuma ene we every Sadik man ono so Odotobri Santasi runabout dia no ena o se emfa birthday we emfa ma Nathaniel Kofi Kwe Rare Bongo nti happy birthday bro nyankopon sha na onyo kasiye pa afencha sonko from here Lobek fan club amowo boasi krom ena afi nkwasiatan nyina mu nyina ye chachi amone anope
wosiden
nkwasiatan kro ni din no
ekro
nkwasiatan like
otan okay kro bacha ewenfa
ewo Bebiani district we have do baby now left.
Oh, minim big unim. What's it? And then my first time I met him. Wow. Wow.
Me sure say baby not no when you asem no tu ko chechere sa akuro. Aha. Idim do mo tan ani kwasi atan bi o no tu ni dey pa.
Ndi kwasi atan. Yeah. The Lobek fan club and ye kwa kopiemu wo ye Montomuro so na wedding ma course baba no.
Yo matse
nya botre kwaku na mensancha Lobek fan club wo kunso apemedi a pass members in your church and me penyame ad much na emergency meeting e course den you know
right so esco meetings are emergency by na aba mko meeting any asem kra ni amove me Gogu yemon komo yen hwe free sum no kwame enso I ready yemon komo
game ba kwa me interest wo pa Bechem United ne Kotoko game no a game it should be a must win for Bechem United no Kotoko ndebi Koku baby akumasi Asante Kotoko dano ene baby akotoko gina no Kotoko supporters na nkasa interest e wo league ni mu as we speak a die off supporters ni nim say league nya dia Kotoko betimi age they have accepted say Kumasi Asante Kotoko nya bad season and the Kotoko nya bad season there o de nya hwe the supporter be train sisi an say you be wie this season na yen started next season na yen hwe nya me adoma next season there yen panifo betimi atoto nema ama nema akoyi ama ya na that is what the supporters are waiting for. Kotoko used 3 coaches in one season menkai the last time we see here it simply explains the Kumasi Asante Kotoko problem. That alone. Say Kotoko used 3 coaches in one season no. Actually the Kotoko problem. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko baby ojina no. Game no of less important to everybody in the entire Kotoko team. Ebi are the only person important man no. Coach Hamza. Ono na be person obeye bibi. Na ebi ampanifo be gina the same koye Kotoko name po a chena bi obeye stop gap coach na adwuma wiye yenti. Be je adwuma wi anase kokoye adwuma wi. It's the most important person. I like at this moment. I will game ni munyina. Hamza. Ono na game ni very important too. But Bechem United, Kwaku should they lose this game? Bet me do ma relegation. That is why I'm saying that. Bechem United lose game we are. Bet me anam game we so ma Bechem United are relegation. Because this season, at their Bakwa league, you know, as we speak, baby Ababedru still a competitive power. Say, teams no more that say and can maybe come in the past. Ebian Kebedu time say no. Na Ebia omo mushia no or we call relegation, where you survive, we call relegation, where you play league. And yes, sir, now my team no the kind of agency of the games in Africa. But this time around, and yet the call relegation need the OG league in Asia. And yet the call relegation need the call relegation in Asia. It's Bechem United bow where we are. The next game you against on the Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea home. It went to me and get points in against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What is the guarantee? Say against Chelsea will Chelsea home. Get the 3 maximum points. Chelsea also has a game to play. On also about 11 wonders. About 11 wonders are. Me did said this season 11 wonders performance and then yet or the worst team in the league or call relegation dada. But what is the guarantee? Say Chelsea better no. Or just our game now. One way or the other, or yeah is safe. No. It's who be here the Kotoko 3 points. Said the Ebeya. A Kobasa Brekum Chelsea and Timmy and 11 wonders in poor. Who was secure and sign at the final game of the season. Wako Brekuma Kwakobo game. Because that game, say Brekum Chelsea and Timmy and 11 wonders are. Ebeya a must-win game for Brekum Chelsea because they have to survive. I don't think America say. Bechem United game way. A gamer by who Koku they have to pick the 3 maximum points. Koku Kotoko in their worst moment. And they could Bechem United no. Bechem to Kotoko no share. The last time I Kotoko share was around 2016. A free Oba. Kumasi Asante Kotoko a day man or so Beko share. Aside that, Bechem United this season Kumasi Asante Kotoko achawacho. Oh baba ya. It is all wa kwa beer. Or the better to just as the game I was to be face saving. Now, science or wow, I want to me a survival Ghana Premier League. And yes, sir, project now my FFF any BBA will be chimney in next season, would be Division 1. And are they going to allow that thing to happen? Kofi Tompomo, as a Somoke Kaumo, Edema Bechem United Bobo Kono, or Gastino Kra. You've picked the right form. First round, he scored only 3 goals. Second round, he was 10. We're picking the right form. Maybe to me, I'll be United Bobo Kono. And as I saw me come home, no more making sure. So we can imagine the 3 maximum points for Bechem. For me, I'll go for a straight win for Bechem United. I'm going to say for the 3 maximum points. Nani Makoye the Momo. Kumasi Asante Kotoko at this moment is in a down moment. and Kumasi Asante Koroko. Sabre points here.
Okay.
In here be chimichen kotomo.
Me da see. Mami ko Kwame ho. Kwame.
Amenko Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. Nations FC, Vision FC. I say it's a league, you know. Ye young whom you know my frame dada 11 wonders and a ho akabako. Nations at the 16th or 41 points. Vision at the 15th or 41 points. Omunyina points, you know, or many the same number of points. So it means Nyamiya Duma our Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex. I was say wow be winning no kwaku utiri ya ye. Onim say nations ni games aka no. The last game oba ko wie watermali. On the Karela. Ana team friend say Vision so last game obi wie waterma. On Aduana. So what it means in say wow be winning sa game no. Ujina position ye say ubetimi avoid relegation, ube escape relegation. Se nations is sha or they call 44 points. Visions also sha or they call 44 points. By the win we be here na kese pa no kwaku. When timi ane the be the Empire Nations. Because onu otina ho ma Vision be na. Vision last game no or the kotina e wo fie. But who nations no tina ho ma Vision be or last game they kwa we. Ente was nations for ye was so ye bia say almost abeka 3 points no. And problem with Nation FC this season ye say Nation FC na nkasa no lose just a game e ofie. The entire season e has of folk nkwa ana etimi akose Nations FC. So bebu sa won say Nations FC lose just a game e ofie a e di enti no mo da ase ho a omo fight say omo nko relegation. And kwaku problem a Nations say this season pa no a number of draws so mabo ofie. Your matches be or na nkani say Nations FC bo draw. Baako omo game against Brekum Chelsea. Neni so mutena fie bo draw. Omo ne Dreams FC. Omo ne Karela. Omo ne Hoho United. Omo ne Samates. Sa games we nyina no na nkani say Nations FC tena fie bo draw. 2 points no mo tugu ye no affecting Nations FC. E wo league nim. So if Nations FC coach from Poman so ntimi anje so ntimi an wini anje 3 maximum points na kwaku a bad day the Nations FC so be survival and many are brief for Nations FC because the last time nan koma yedi ni say imagine say Brekum Chelsea aka league ni Bechem United aka league ni ma DBB United abo onim se buno ne half kwaku nim team se be wo ho DBB be wo ho Young Apostles ewo ho obewo Aduana obewo Brekum Chelsea obewo Bechem about 5 clubs anom benya wo buno ne ahafo oko Greater Accra so a say ho na you say Dreams FC bo ho na Vision FC wo ho House of Folk ewo ho yenya pot okay City dey ahon ba ko bo kokran ba minim so ebeduru na kokran tumi ebeji atum dia ba say anje atum dia je so mo fine away ewon kran ho na say hwe Western clubs no Samates wo ho Mediama wo ho Baby any Gold Stars wo ho enti Nations FC yet now ma Nations FC co relegation Asante Region ba kwa ka Asante Kotoko ana FC Asante go 04 e ba kwa ka 2 enti dia wo se ye ma Nations FC tina Eka League ni ma wo se ye ba se betima ya omo na wo so omo bo omo ho kese and problem ni is Vision FC for no kwaku omo mfa ho say home na ya we o mbe biem ni wabo because of Nana Ajimai almost so struggle
Vision emu kura no so per point
ana ade ba kwa match we misro kakra say Vision FC ye team ba kwa be bia wani nda no betima be shock you
okay
nipa dodo se na nim se Vision FC e be kodoma akwa make sure say obetima win against Aduana Stars nipa dodo se na nim se Vision FC be ba Kumasi Barbara Sports Stadium obedi record obe draw against Kotoko o concentrate ne Samates ko ball draw tema na ho United apeke form ofie no o ko ho ne ko ball draw ento makoye side a venue a un expect so betimi apeke points and at 3 points no ma ba be shock you ba kwakwa wo se team my friend say Nations FC some percent almost survival Ghana Premier League. Said ye bia in a positive way. And what's some 3 points way? Omude 3 points, number 44. Omunya just had 3 points, na any besi what tamale besi. Omone Karela no. By some men to be under 3 points way dia any ayeka. For Nations FC. I was a Nations FC league. Onim say weekend we bet me decide the league no. Weekend we bet me who do a league no.
In what ways?
Mediama Bofi against Heart of Lions. So lead league by 2 points. Or Bofi against Heart of Lions. Or say Heart of Lions na Dreams FC ne baby any Gold Stars no. Dreams eshe baby any Gold Stars
okay.
Mediama league no. Into league ni bet me decide.
Okay.
So say baby any Gold Stars and person be decide the league ni weekend we are. I just want to share Dreams. Ana mediama person the league ni weekend we so what's Heart of Lions. Unso already omo dey dope nation for na se fo nyina e call. Enti omu pese ebe omo last home game. Because in the last game Okoba against House of Folk.
Yeah.
Enti die mediama be hia pa na ye say e was so optimistic game against Heart of Lions.
Okay.
Heart of Lions so nde yes ah o.
Some
and Dreams for so more form. Kwaku league we decide weekend we anyamo.
Sa esisi usu say weekend yo.
Esisi me so say weekend and where we decide the league.
Interesting.
Esisi me so. Ma me scenario bi.
Okay.
Menka asesa na tie.
Okay.
By who follow Ghana Premier League na Dreams hwan hankasa bi. Hwan na chance ye pa. Se die ye ne dia hwan na chance ye. Mediama ye hwan dia.
Moses Plaka.
Et connection it say.
Okay, what the twice no mean person
menka asesa na tie o but that connection no. League no kwaku calculation na ye ba bia o. Yeah. Ba bia. Because Mediama etna ho board draw cry. Baby any Gold Stars last game or Tinefia ni 11 wonders about obesha ni bebre. And the only way for Mediama so bet Madrid so say Heart of Lions.
Na Lions no more for sa.
Say Mediama ni option.
Okay.
Mediama nka so to only option. The only option is say winning.
Okay.
So winning now even can baby any Gold Stars ko board draw ebeka how many points? Say 2 points. It is say o wini afa ne say na aka say 4.
Beka 4.
Ntina ye dey. Ntina make say match we betime decide weekend.
Say bibi any share.
I was say bibi any
share. So ompeo.
Baby any person baby aba be league weekend we I was so say Dreams.
I say Man City ni Arsenal. Wow, di echire ni die. Who new option bia say e we say we share because we drop here league dey wie.
Good.
Okay.
Because one question ho be kire. Enti na make say esisi me so san where e be decide league in weekend.
But see pa interesting.
Mediama Jesus so we deserve. Na we deserve. Enti e be hwe de e be akwesi weekend. Enti esoro ho ne ase ho no. Ho ne be huru pa. Ba me mpa bo pa ne ye say Nations FC de kwaku. Me bom pa ye de mo pa.
Ya omo ne mo sese no de o mo de mo na be kire nti no omo keka omo ho
so omo keka omo ho
omo keka omo omo FA Cup final
no so omo problem o menya this season nyina no on say we lose one game to ofie.
So what is the problem?
Points be our drop ofie no so
draw
no sa on ho ni say na this or draw on the Karela ni so draw on the Samates ni so draw on the Brekum Chelsea ni so draw.
Okay.
And now affecting Nations FC because this season and Kasana away performance in it. It is away performance and now person balance equation now. And what's our points do now with you?
Correct.
And the Nations FC and and they say because they say Kwaku say almost so vision that 15th Nations that 16. Into lose match we pay or rents you.
Some more.
And a problem.
Yeah, some more. Okay. Inti dear Truno, Ajia Diane appear as soon as possible. Biggie Pacho Wadarama.
My birthdays be Ewaha. And me of Abako birthday, Sir Bobby. Yes, Sir Bobby, a birthday. A staunch Arsenal supporter. On the dash screen.
No idea. Is 6 woman saying Chomba Jelly?
Bobby Lincoln.
No, be Philly brutal. Umba Jelly.
Yes. Special happy birthday to you, offer. Nyamisha on your Cassia. Now, after my cousin Bako. And so, and the birthday. Sophoco, Pastor Prince. Yes, and then Sophoco, birthday. Tibo, Nyamisha. Na ene ya wa wode onyina so mfam bi apono kese emfa mo happy birthday to you nyame nshia pa.
Okay, na tie na gie draw Dr. Muzuo na weekend di fa bodwuma yi what you say bema weekend di e say weekend di trotro for no say obohu an say enuanom ma no kuta bag nketen ya na kire say omokwa trek wo hu
say eno no ye panty shemo
bibia wo mu hu
yenkofa sumye nra ho ne bi
okay
na ye tia bi sa wo di ne ketua bi a
okay
na wo de wasomade na ade be se na de miemia na ye ketua bi
na clip no
ya hwehwe wom ya san so kra yi chase ya wani ama wo me anza na nso ntade no yenkosa ntade akese
ande mu beko no
dress ni bi tia no
eno kra be ma no wo bi wo hodeda
eno yetimisha mo top no e de ne nam dem by pia ni ahye balloon dress no
yes edru Saturday ya no pa mano kototo wachi ya me man tade nko an no mo hye
ai obedai
bigi
enti se ukonya obedi a wo form na ba so ko fa bigi na se wo ya media enkasa unfo ata
se ni sa no o de oni ma ba be go ko bigi room say
bigi top dia se ni extra helewa
se sa no ba na o de ontade no weja be 3 bi wo ho what I say ti eno sa no okwa na bigi amu ahye baby
me am tonke to ani bi ato
egu hompo because I know them kasem koto wache na msha ne top wa
say edu Saturday na fa kokora ne wache fo no ra ne ma na mujangina wonyina mema ntade nko a
we matches
obeda we
me say sa mema no mo Fred Dr. Muzu obetu boto kra de dro de abramo
be kan wa asema ma simple because a drew weekend say ya ne wie mu aye de edi sa okonya bi na asoro ne de a wan we ya wani mbegu asema ma mo ache me dofo ye mo amuzu nkomo woni mi say drew ha say na mema ne yiyi wo masumu a ebia ne say ye kan ye sem ye betu moto ne ye de dro na brewo e wo ba bia wo e delivery doctor number no e ye 1 pe e ye 0247 77 6743 0247 776743 a hotline of fresia doctor ne wo bebo nkomo na waka wo yare a kire no na ene yesan etoa infections no eso se die area fanboy wakwa akwate gonorrhea anasa wakote syphilis wakote chlamydia bacteria infections bi shasa your number 1 pennies repairer wode mama komako aduru nan enubina ka ho wode aye powerful aduro bi aba ya fra no amuzu p heba mixture medofo he fa wo su gonorrhea nigu fa wo su syphilis nigu be se yere wo su chlamydia nigu o de epu awo ba ye be wo su agu efise ye nya ni daso na me fa amuzu p no na me kire wo se sadre ne nsema ewo mu doso ebe me wahu se wunya nam yade a wo jonso osem kra ente se first no etimene wa hya ase ya hwe split urination ya hwe painful urination ni nyina infections ketenkete and these problems no eba last week dia me baba kire wo urinary retention me sesa wo jonso wie ne se ye wo se jonso no asemanwie me bladder no emu anye empty ase jonso san ade me na waya ase ayeretan a ye friend urinary retention and am catch us say dure beboa wo no MCR amuzu p heba mesha momfa no nto ma me amuzupi sa duro kakraka no momfa no nto ma me amuzupi heba mesha wokọ heba shopper ebi wo ho wokọ pharmacy ebi wo ho wokọ chemical shop ebi abeko bi awo say wo pe amuzupi heba mesha junso mu problem bi aba na entisa first na wunim wo ho wo se niema asesa wokọ junso wo se ubula matali no emu ye oyire dededede emu ye wo ja me say eye junso mu ho bi e na abesra wo eno an se wokọ pharmacy wo se wo pe amuzupi heba mesha ene ye hwa junso mu hawo ba ku bi eye bloody urine e ka se bloody urine na uko ye kuro nkiti ma mo se junso moja na first ye ka se junso moja akra na ebi ma dwen ye o mo se ya da bla uko dwari nso ye won kuro nkiti mu enyeje wo se tade bi da ba bi eja uko dwari se wo dwari mu a emfa ko wura ne be manim na wo junso na emoja eba medofo sabre ya ye nyina duru sei wunim se junso moja na ebi da so ho eti se wo ye bema na wo hwame anopai na sa wo jonso egu WC nim na hu sa jonso no eni aye se pink bi saa wo so de no ebi a eni na ye se reddish kokko ana eni na ye brown bi a ma ye mo nhyew eno so ye how kese pa ya de kese pa e ba sa wo ko pharmacy ho a wo se wo pe amuzupi heba mixture wo pe mako enan so wo pe say wo pe 4 na di coffee junso moja ana wo junso no ya na ni na ye pink bi ana reddish bi me say koto amuzupi mako 4 na woto 4 ni wi a hwese week bia wo benom baako week bia wo benom baako week bia wo benom baako etu be ma ho 1 month sa wo jonso no a ani aye sa kala no brown bi red bi ana pink bi no ebekọ ama wo ho ato na obi bebi sa say sa jonso moja ya me blood asa me jonso aye ama mo jonso good obisi aye mo twamani na mo nhwa kakra because eno na be mo ho say wo yare ana se problem bi aye dey aba etoda causes itimi de ba no eye UTI makacho say sa junso mu problem UTI no adura etimi ne pa eye amuzupi heba mixture se eye UTI bi ana bacteria bi akwahye wo bladder no emu etu bo hu say emu ne keka enya so wo kwadwunso na moja wo mu no wo kwadwunso free muli na wakọ ba bi o Johnson na eba na nkasa sa wo ba wo ba na emu hyehyew eya wo ya enya ade eya ahogono so wo ye be man so wakwasi mataka la wo no emu dwa wa nkasa na Johnson begu ho na emu nso asa ye kokko no nsa no Johnson moja wom medofo urinary tract infections no e kan say UTI no se ebi ba wo ho a e ma wo Johnson mu pai Johnson ne moja no na eninamu yankasa wo Johnson ne meye fitaa de na so yenim se de Johnson enitie pale yellow bisa ba wo de no aye pink bi ana brown ana wo de no aye ne ho te say red enkoye ate etoda ya na kidney stones etimi di sa problem no eba me ka kire wo na no say sa wo Johnson na Johnson ni bia kam na se wo nkope amuzupi ennom a wote wa wo beda meji wo kidney no because a problem kese pa Johnson na asa kogu blood animu a wo blood no enye empty no a problem it is a wo kidney how bia kidney stones sa stones nketen no wo say na scratch as eye wo hene bisa afi wo ko Johnson abohu say wo Johnson na eba na se moja eninam bra kope amuzupi ni bi say Johnson moja wom Johnson ani ye kokko sraw entrance fan kodi nkomo kope amuzupi ni bi obi so hono ma na wepra ebi a wo se ne bladder no ehun ba bi atechema ebetimi aye the main cause injury nti wobon say okwadwo nso a obehu mogya ewom afi obi won so a exercise a wajje no mema ni bititiru okoto say no ofade a ofade chese ade emu oduro exercise a what this training ne ho ekobasa wo kwadwo nso a obehu sa problem no eto dan so a yesuban bi afi wo kwadwo nso a ne mogya wom de be suban a obo a ompensuo no eti meka kire nipa se aya anum nsuo de oso ompensuo anka winya sashes na enka mako 8 a day ana 10 bra bogu yem nanka enwohoro wo blada no na Johnson no enflow sa anya sa irritate ma wade ani mu keka wo afi wo be Johnson wo be hu se mogya ewum enti ya yenum nsuo pa ba ma bia wode Johnson hye ne ho muntu mo fo ya sese mema mo na mota ya sade or drive pa obesi obekwa akọ Johnson e problem ema no so medru fie sisi a medru fie na bema efia bonten wotu ni kaki ni wadi kura ne mrika bi ode ba no Johnson ko ana adedere no emfa nso ho biem ate yesa wan so abekwa akọ Johnson ubon se mogya ewom amuzu pi heba mescha eno ni adura Johnson mogya no pay se wutie mi na ye bema na se wo Johnson ani ye ko a me se koto amuzu pi se ne enom no wunya watere na wahwie mi ensa de agu kapum na wanom na no pa uwia no wadidi awia na wasan hwie mi ensa agu kapum na wanom anwumre na wasan ye saa mame Johnson mogya Johnson mo hawo ni nyina ebefiri ho ama wo Dr. Watafo nhyaye so amuzu junction ene memenda anopai oho den oye adwuma bra no won hyew wo enam yade bia wafa wo mpa so na wo dwendwene wutirim se ehi fakra na mekọ a menya machine bia betwero results ye konk amame hu se bacteria na de baaye ana fungi bia na aboa wei na de baaye yade abetena me ho 1 year abetena me ho 3 months abetena me ho 6 months afe aduro ben ne betu yade na se amamea brata funhia ye so Doctor ultra modern machines no on fanya labs maw ye hwehwe wo Johnson ni wo mogem obekere obi bia wo wi a obeyi nuro amuzu pi ni bika ho e dia maw e wo clinic ho for 0247 77 43 0247 43 one says we be ma na ati ase a wo be me e mani muda
Dr. Amuzu Asweye ana ye ko ye no de hia ne ye so ba ko piem ewo Dr. Amuzu Herbal Clinic wanya atena se tafunhya ye so Amusu Junction off-road ya Komoro market no nsani fa so pe eho ana abu hu abronsan kese bi esu no Dr. Amuzu eho ana watena se otwen wonti kona so eye anasa obefre na bibia koyi etimi edi amaw baby edu ne de me call True Smile Dental Clinic impanyfo na yakwa akotwetwe enkomo dental clinic ese obi eka ho asem no True Smile Dental Clinic and you crap professionals are omode eba be adwuma enti wo se ho nsem ni nyina no True Smile Dental Clinic aso ye ana wo se odi wani etimi edekire opanyi bibia boko de
obadi adaroma bibia boko
mami nti o True Smile Dental Clinic
bedas open ngese edi nka mami nyina konya esumfanchia TF4 ne ahwefo na no promaje bre eti ehwe yen ewo fidie yuso se yakase True Smile Dental Clinic said edi ni nchira se sifate no clinic yakwadare ewo sen ne enum yarehwe yesasu kura professional doctors found said the problem ne sifate ewo sim obo modern the True Smile was so nya rehemu se umfiri won kono na said how ne tie bia no yetu ase deku ama asundwi mapa etumi ayewo dia. Last week, me kasafa ye services are render Eben ni SMP, which is scaling and polishing. Si fi aba usimu ni eme bi aba osene so ema osene nya akono. Oba True Smile ebe usu sa procedure and ye yisa afi ni nyina de afiri usim. Osene color no gitum se brebi atwam na efita kama na so nansen esene color na sesa adane yellow. Ti so ogina bedwem kra kasa na ofede a. Oba ye the teeth whitening be pose ne so amase na ai fita te say de oni di so da. Ebie mu nso yesa so ye teeth filling. Ebi ameka say kaka bi aba betena osene mu ntima wonya hoto dura na dwo bi adana nko awo bobena. Inso anase aduane fa wonu mu ana wo se femfem wa. Bra na enyu so teeth filling fa entu tuatua saa ntokuro ni nyina ma na wo so nya wa hoto mapa ne dura na dwa wotumi ada ama wonya wa hoden ebiem nso meka se bia wo se ba ko mienu miensa na de bro sa na etuo ehye wutirim se bia sa na wodo kɔ ense do amebese wote ase se True Smart Dental Clinic yesiesie ne hye ne foforo ama sen no enso etimi edimu kama wo se na achi akwa na eda ntema kese sen na efemfem so intima sen no enya ni kama wo abra True Smart Dental Clinic ne enyusu braces na emfa encorrect o se ne emfa line sen ye na sen no enhye kama pa na ne gie mapa enya wo dia ebia meka se wutwe wo sen na moje firi wo sie chi na mu ba friend gingivitis ya de bone ye hasen pa yi se bi wo so amentena ho na ndane periodontitis ama wo sen na ho de na nkofom ama wo sen na hyase si tututu tibra True Smart Dental Clinic na yenyi sa yade ne nyina famfiri wo sinu ma na wo sen enya na ho de ma papa ene anza na mefiri an mepese yebesua de kakra na ansa na ebesua de no mepese me de telephone number sa wo pe akira kwa wo frɛ na obenya ye no ebetudwa na wa frɛ yen your number is 0599 22 33 49 and I say 020 28 99 323 baby o here akira kwa obenya ye Kumase ye wo swam runabout police station no animu ha ena Accra nso ye wo Achimota Neoplan any ADB opposite wa na obenya True Smart Dental Clinic ena me pese yesua bibi efa one of the major dental problems are a handy papa ye according to World Health Organization WHO omuchiremu say so we nipa 100 years wa de tebia mu 50 and 60% e was our problem we na problem we nye problem bia say kaka dental caries and a cavity yade e hanipa bebre na titi nipa bebre na yade a chese ha adwene pa yi ni kwanse onipa bia etena ho ma sa yade no edi ninya ti se ne se utimi nka eniyema ya mebebo so yi ekire niyema se uhunu a kire se kaka na aba wosim de edi nkan mekasa afa ese efemfem ho
efemfem
ese efemfem tooth sensitivity and teeth sensitivity obi adofo gitu mu se wo se no se ya shas efemfem wo emframa kura faso ana wo se no efemfem wo na honam ye wuji obu wo ha se aduane fa na no mu pe kyese wontimi we se aduane vese ne se na femfem ne sa be se wote ase se kaka moa no e ba wusim ebie mu nso obu wo ha ne se no e fa ba bi ni titiri dodo mu sen no mo se na mu ya ne ya enti ma wo we se aduane a wontimi we se aduane yi ti abere bi obomoden se ode aduane be kɔ the other side eye pains ni nie nu awesa eba sa na e ma digestion krampo ntumi enkoso ye because aduane e wo se wutimi wesa ma na fie no wutimi wesa ne ye nti onu adofo so ohunu bibi se ya me pese ote ase se kaka emo wani bi na amba usim ebie mu nso se kaka ba usim a ede mpampa bone eba wodum ni nyina ne se kaka mo wana e from Streptococcus mutans.
You're from saying
Streptococcus mutans.
Okay.
Omo bacteria bi omo ha adwin pa yi. Omo ne bacteria ba ko so from lactobacillus species. Omo bacteria say omo ba sin mu a omo produce acid. Acid ne friend lactic acid. This omo pu sin omo pu acid no gu sin ho aye enamel na aye fita na edura sin ho na. Afi shas ye say bonu mu ntokro nkete. Into over time na afi tokro no ya kese. Se tokro ne ya kese a afa ebedu extent bi na udidi a na enuane ne hyase se kwohyehyɛ saa tokro nim eba saa pa afa hyase se over time ne duane ne pro nti ebe kakra no kasa onua ho na afa mpampam bone efiri wanum eba ade ha adwen pa yi ena bie mu nso saa cavity a meka ho asem ye saa so timi de ade bi efre ne gingivitis obu o twene sia na mo jafiri si achi na mu ba ni nyina ne se kaka na dondon ne senase ama ne si achi nam na ye mmere inti oho ana na si achinam na ehye nsuo ebi de etimi pai na eyi mpampam bone a ha adwen pai yi obu oho watena ne de ho ama na generate to yare efre no periodontitis inti ama na si achinam ne mu ayemre inti over time no se ade kakra bi eye pressure fa wo se ne so pe na afa wo se na ahyase se ekeka to obu ogitum se kane na ne se ase ne mu odin pa na nso sese no ne se ne ba ko mienu miensa na se de bro sa ahyase se ekeka be se wote ase se gingivitis are generated to periodontitis ena ama wo se achinam no yesa ti se wote menka na se hu sa symptoms ni bi wo se ne mu a bomodin the bra True Smile Dental Clinic na yenso ano emfama na obi bebusa say ene kwan ba so na ebefa so a saa yade ebetumi aba mesim de di nkan eye obi a wotai di sugary foods
saa
enuane esikyire mu pa
edeba
ede kakaba ni nyina ne say saa bacteria ye ameka ho asami omu generate very well ewo sugary environment
nchompa ade pa tu
obi a wotai edi enuane esikyire mu anopa na wodi esikyire awia wodi anwumre wodi a bebeso ohunu se enche bia obehya ase nya kaka enti bomodin na eteso ebiemu nso obi a onhwe ne sitwitwie yi according to World Health Organization e was only pe bia wotwi wonzim prenu dako 2 times daily but obi o na kamia ye se ba kokrampo ho ya ye den ama no onuado for hardwin pa e was wote ase se nam se edidi no nko ane de nuane no bi eka ye nsim ene ye brush na ye di twi ese na ye bristles no enye nuane ni nyina na etimi yi free ye nsim nuane bi wo wotwi usia wie mpono timu se na niam bi da wo fili se niam bi da so hyehyesi nim enti over time no say one message twitwe no ankoso a na afi ahase edo bacteria sa ebetumi asai esen no na afi yenhwe the preventive measures say uhunu sa symptoms ya medi kan bobo so ya ade ba ko etwa sa oye ne say tu hu anamon utu hu anamon so na wo ba True Smile Dental Clinic
ehwa na wo se wo ba health wise was any pebia
within the period of an interval of 6 months bia was any pa was a back dental clinic near Usimu Mount
every 6
months bia na nuane na akeka Usimu na brush bristles na ntimi anyem free ho no yen yi ni nyina mfam free Usimu Mount say what tire sa ed ne pa say ubenya dental cavity and as teeth cavity ebiemu nso ebia make say tokro na dika be da Usimu dada membesa wo betena we say what tena ho na se tokro ne kese a ebekwa akoto wo pop cavity na wo sensory nerves enamu no ama wo se na ho ode abafoma ma afi what immense and intense pain intimate tena ho but modern bra True Smile Dental Clinic ne anyusu tooth filling procedure ne enfan tuatua sa tokro ya beda wo sinim no na wo se no enya na ho ode biem na sa pains na wote no yentu ase deku mfamo wo a wonya biem ebiemu nso ebia make say enam se cavity ne ba asin mu na wotena homa ne che yi ntino ama infections aba sin na se pop cavity nim mebese wotia True Smile Dental Clinic ya was special procedure bia ye friend no RCT root canal therapy se wo ba ye be treat infections na aba wo pop cavity nim ama wo sin mu ya no ye be treat sa infections ni nyina afri mu ye wia ye the composite filling etua tokro no ama wasa so nya wo sibiem obu wa make say nam cavity ntine se achi nam na ye mmere ti ama na se ne keka osuro se ne se ne betu onuadofo mentena bo modern bra True Smile Dental Clinic ye be yisu RCT e de ama wo sen na se ye den ama wo sen na nkeka ekeka sese no ama sen na timi agina wo pintin na wo sen antu ama wonumu anampan to onuadofo make am for True Smile Dental Clinic ama se o cavity wo simu a metena ho bo modern bra True and found ne said ya de ne sifate bia se halitosis se wo sen na ana adiscala se mpampam bone na aba wonum se ebia make say wo sen no ebia tu bo modern bra na yen use ye correct appropriate procedure no emfa enhwe wo sen no ema wo sen no enya na ho odin mapa na enigye nso entumi enya wo dia pa yi ye numbers a wo pay na wo benya yen e wo so no 0599 22 33 49 and as 020 28 99 323 baby o hwe kira kwa obenya yen no Kumasi Swam Runabout police station animu ha na Accra so ye wa Chimota new plan ene agricultural development bank opposite wa na obehunu yen
True Smile Dental Clinic asweye ana ye call ye no dental clinic abepiem e West Africa Ghana hasen a omo bua nipa pa no True Smile Dental Clinic ma mo hwe yen e won Karachi Mota obehu omo saa so ana Kumasi Swam Runabout police station ono obehu omo professionals a wo se no betimi afifi mu ehu de e hawo enti open dental clinic True Smile Dental Clinic na yekamfo etimi ede amount. Yes, sorry, ama DJ Marcus etimi atwa so. Nyame adoma Monday. wobɛhyia yɛn team ni nyinaa abɛtena se yɛkɔboaboa nsɛm ni nyinaa no na wɔtwe ni nyinaa no Monday yɛbɛtena se a awonone ana fie nsɛm ni nyinaa no yɛbɛtumi amoa hu DJ Marcus to aso 96.3
Abusia Lawson Enterprise yaba moba a one stop shop for drinks beer ope e dey akoye program ayaye fro abedin to a party announce say ye and somebody na ope say dokodoko a ye wo Fanta ye wo Sprite ye wo Coke ye wo malt any assorted soft drinks beer we here bia and na eba de and also ano den kakra na so wo club Savannah, Hunters, Panache, and now say case. Hey, I would bring in announcement of a mudia here, ye bemobi, and what the quackity ujuman. And so be a whoopebia ubenya, and my review say about bitters I just wouldn't swear. Lawson bitters assorted. Whoop a ginger no, whoop a dear he, ye wouldn't be ever had more. Out of a wushe. Lawson Enterprise nkwa and as we seek asem a wo de efa ensa ho no emwa no a utimi ba eme yemma wo nsa ne bi e de koyo program uwi a no ba betia ensa bia wo pe ene duduo bia wo pe no wo benya ne faako atufuo bo ene ye de ema wo anya Lawson Enterprise unya ne ba bia ene nti wo ba na wo bedru Lawson Enterprise e wo kwada so hwumase a ensa bia wo pe ene duduo bia wo hia no wonsa beka hwehwe Lawson Enterprise e kira kwai e wo kwada so hwumase ye ni rollers e di hwe ni mo fe number ye guasi na ye monkomo Lawson Enterprise one stop shop for all drinks Lawson Enterprise and sahodo nyina dwesuo ne ha Lawson Enterprise
Tell me the tell you. Me want what this say na me sako fa pani. Hey! Kwati adawru mo, me yonko kwati. Na adawru ma. Enu anwumre wo ye aduane asori wura dem na me fefe me se adabo no. Ana kwati ebere meduro. Eduro de bere me no se Lawson heba Mr.
Na me sisi me pechi. Ene me ho na matwetwe me. Ene me chese madwonku. Ene me sei. Na da na won kan
me do futwa so. Empre ho enya no nko. Wo de Lawson heba ointment.
Me sisi me kotodwe ni me pechi me ho na me yaw mintimu a na etwetwe me ni nyina me no ye di Israel eko me benefit ko mu yaw na na ha no ono bi eko na malaria ni die etu asie bekude
Lawson Herbal Clinic 0242 133 577
Hwese wa malaria test ansa na wafa aduro yi enya ma apenfo emma wore ma wo manofo ene mofra woni mfie dumienu
Lawson Herbal Mixture any Lawson ointment who has a diet
FDA aje edwede nkrato yi atomu
ana ye who me say
mo ye fantastic
pure
so say dear we in charge